Welcome to the Bonsai Movie Crew. I'm Karen and hosting this week. As always, with me, you guys.
Joseph.
Eric.
News. What's going on in the world?
Joseph's got some fucking news.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a fucking
So
thing.
I want to I don't really have much news. I got a couple of
Maybe the
trailers.
Chinese balloons.
Yeah, the Chinese.
the Chinese balloon that got blown up. Oh man.
It was just a weather balloon. They were just checking some shit out.
Yeah, they were just like, hey man, the weather over in America is nice. Maybe we should go visit.
Yeah,
That's what it was all
Yeah.
about.
They just waited
Yep.
until they got all their information.
Yeah.
Then we'll shoot it down.
So something was brought to my attention this week, and this is something that I want. So I don't know if you guys have Disney Plus. You do. Yeah, you guys have Disney
Yeah.
Plus. So they have a show on there called The Proud Family, and there's an episode of this show that is getting a lot of traction because they're obviously a proud, like the family is, they're all colored, they're all black.
Mm-hmm.
And they do an entire segment in one of these episodes where they talk about how slavery built America. And this is a kid's show. So, like my wife's mom, she messaged me and said, hey, don't let the kids watch this, blah, blah, blah. And I told her, I said, I don't promote any kind of racism in my house, whether it be black or white. It doesn't matter.
Right.
No
So-
discrimination.
Yeah, there's no discrimination in my house.
Right.
And there definitely isn't lies that will be fed to my children
Yeah.
either.
Right.
Which means, because, for one, America wasn't built on slavery. Yes, it did contribute to building America, but it wasn't built on slavery.
No.
But also, why the fuck is that in a children's TV show? Like, that's something I'm just not... I don't understand. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Disney? What are you
talked about
doing?
it before. Disney has an agenda, and it's certainly not inclusivity.
Inclusivist, yeah, whatever that word.
Making everybody understand that we're all equal, and
But they're not.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're
Yeah.
they're not
They're not
interested in
doing
that.
that.
They're not interested in
They're
that.
trying to say,
They're very much
Yeah.
all about keeping the division,
and I don't like it. I'm tired of it.
Yep.
I'm
They
tired of
have
it.
an agenda, and they're not even trying to hide it.
That was pretty much all the news that I have, though. I'm like, dude, like I'm over this shit. I'm
You
so
gave
fucking...
me shit from my news last week.
What was it?
Being a downer, the Justin Roiland thing.
I know, but I was just picking on you, though.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Your turn.
Dick.
That's about all. That's pretty much all the news. I didn't really get into news too much this week. I'm kind of dying off of news. Like, I'm almost sick of keeping up with it because mostly it just pisses me off.
I don't like watching any news because it's just
Right.
Maybe we should
It's
just
too
delete the
depressing.
segment.
So
We could do news if
there's
something that comes
there's
up
a
that we
trailer out for this show that I'm not gonna watch. Called
There's a trailer out. I'm not
like.
gonna watch
There's a
the
trailer,
show.
but fuck the trailer.
yeah.
Fuck that show.
I'm not gonna watch it. Even though I love musicals. It's called Grease: Rise of the Pink Ladies.
Fuck Grease.
So I'm okay with Grease. It doesn't
hate
bother me.
Grease.
I'm not a huge fan. It's definitely not my favorite musical by any means.
You're telling me I'm supposed to believe any of those people were teenagers?
Right.
Come on.
Music class kind of.
So the Rise of the
I
Pink
fucking
Ladies,
hated
I think,
Grease.
is supposed to be like an origin story of the Pink Girls. You know what I mean?
I don't care where they came from.
I don't either. That's the thing. I'm like, who gives
the
a
girls
shit?
with the pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not
So
care.
that's one thing. And if you want to check out that trailer, by all means. But I'm not gonna watch that garbage.
No, I'm good.
Let's see here. Next up, there's I'm in a blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a trailer out for this movie called The Park. It looks like a horror, but it's like a post-apocalyptic movie, but it's about kids. So all the parents and all the adults are gone, and there's only children left alive. And it turns into what what it reminds me of is like a mixture of like The Walking Dead mixed with Lord of the Flies.
So
Okay.
So
I
there's
can
like
get
I don't
behind
think there's
that.
like zombies or anything, but these kids are like Negan style fucking crazy.
So
Like,
Children of the Corn apocalyptic version.
Well, no, because they're not possessed or anything. It's just these kids are,
No, they weren't really possessed in Children of the Corn either.
That's
They
true.
were,
Yeah,
they were
they're just-
cultish.
yeah.
they were in a cult. But yeah, so I'm
Or
actually
at least in
interested.
the first one, anyway.
I was gonna send that trailer to you guys and I didn't. I don't know why.
That's a lot.
Sorry.
But it looks
I'll
really
check it
good.
out.
Yeah,
Decent.
check it out. It's called The Park. So there's another trailer out. I just saw this one today, and I don't know what to think of this. It's called Paint. It's got Owen Wilson in it, and he's like playing this like parody of Bob Ross. It's so fucking weird, but it almost looks like who's that director that always does all the movies with like Owen Wilson and
Oh, Judd Apatow. No, not
Judd
What am I
Apatow.
fucking thinking of?
what's he does all those like very ironical type movie or whatever the fuck they are.
Like fuck.
I can't remember his name, but it reminds me a
Yeah.
little bit of that. Almost kind of like it could be a Napoleon Dynamite-esque almost movie. But like he's like, dude, look at the picture of him. He's even got the fro, and he talks
Well,
like Bob Ross.
Based on that alone, I want to see it.
Yeah,
Ju-
right.
just
It doesn't.
that.
I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm saying that like it looks stupid. So
I
don't
like
want to watch
Napoleon
it.
Dynamite though, so
I hate Napoleon Dynamite.
I know you do.
There's only like
I know you do.
things I like
Dude,
off of Napoleon Dynamite.
He throws
that's
that
about-
steak and knocks him off the bike.
Yeah,
like,
that's fucking hilarious. Or the eat the
That
food.
is the funniest part
eat
of that
the
whole
food,
movie.
Tina.
Yeah, eat the food.
Or like when
That's-
he shoots the cow, like when they
Yeah,
come up
we-
on the
the
bus.
The part
and
where he
shoots
throws
the
the steak
cow.
at him is by far the best part
Yeah,
of that.
like I
movie.
Oh,
said,
there's
there's
the
there's
whole
parts of the
thing.
movie that's funnier as shit.
Yeah.
But then there's others just like
What the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
losing brain
Well,
cells.
the worst part about the
karate
movie,
guy.
yeah.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
the worst part about the movie is that you end the same way you began, but it's also not trying to accomplish anything. The movie itself.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's not. It's not
you
trying to do
can't-
anything. There's no character
You
development
can't
at all.
right, and you can't
Like,
really
there's
fault
no,
it
yeah, there's
because
no like,
it's not trying to.
yeah, they
you
don't,
know?
they don't become better people at the end of
No.
the movie. Like it's
No,
not,
they're like that was the thing I took away from it. I was like, he didn't get the girl. Like he didn't like. What was I supposed to get out of this?
nothing. It's just a movie.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Last but not least, I sent you guys the trailer for this earlier. A movie called Strays.
Yes.
It's got Isla Fisher, Will Ferrell, and Jamie Foxx. Essentially, they play a bunch of stray dogs. Who, the one dog who's played by Will Ferrell, is like he's got a really mean owner that doesn't want him, played by Will Forte, which is amazing. I fucking love Will Forte.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. He's like, yeah, we play a game called what is it called?
Fetch fuck.
Fetch fuck. So he throws it, and whenever I finally bring it back to him, he says fuck. Because he, you know, if you
He
watch the
drives
trailer,
me out someplace really far away, throws the ball, drives home, and then when I come back with the ball, he says fuck.
and that's how I know I won. So it looks really funny, but essentially what happens is he takes him really far away, and he's not able to find his way home. He finds these stray dogs, he becomes friends with them, and a bunch of shenanigans ensue with these stray homeless dogs.
They break
And-
the news to him that Will Forte's a dick.
Yeah, they break the news to him that Will Forte's a dick, and then the whole plan is to go back because he wants to bite off his old owner's dick.
Yeah.
He wants to bite it off.
And we're not telling you anything that's not in the trailer.
Yeah, it's all in the trailer. So this is what we got from the trailer, and it looks It looks hilarious.
Yep.
I will be watching this movie with excitement and joy.
Yep.
They got the Mel Brooks movie.
Oh yeah. They got the new trailer for
History of the World Part 2.
History of the World Part 2.
Is that a trailer though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's
true.
Oh, it
I
really
shared
is?
It. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a parody or like a
Ooh, it's
a thing.
It's a trailer.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Hulu.
There's
No
a
shit.
lot of good actors in it.
It's got a assload of actors in it.
Yeah.
I think this is like
Is that a
Mel Brooks is finally like
Yeah.
final gung ho, like fuck it. I'm
I'm-
calling in all the favors. I've only got like 2 years left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because let's face it, he's old as shit.
but he's still better than most
True,
things
but
that are happening in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
So
well, remember he did Blazing Saddles and stuff. You know how
Oh, yeah.
controversial that would be today.
Oh, I'm sure this is
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
controversial shit too. I hope to God it is.
It might.
I really do. I really hope it is.
Yeah, they're playing it too safe anymore. You know,
I don't know.
I don't
Wanda
think Mel
Sykes is
Brooks
in it.
will.
Wanda Sykes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. She
She might, dude. She don't pull no punches.
Yeah, but she's not Wanda stray, like she wouldn't allow any kind of like racial things to happen.
I don't know.
and-
She did fucking Clerks too.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
She plays as I think
But-
Harriet
yeah,
Tubman.
maybe.
Yeah, I think she plays Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like walks up to, like in the trailer. She like talking to the Civil War. She's like, these decades.
No, you're right.
put us
No,
to
you're
slavery."
right because no, it's not Wanda Sykes that I'm thinking of. Never mind.
So Wanda Sykes is usually pretty good about. She's able to take those jokes
Yeah.
pretty well.
It's not
Yeah.
her I was thinking of.
That's why I like her so much because
Yeah.
she's like still one of them few comedians out there that's like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's one of the best things about her. So
I like that TikTok thing that you see going around where, and I've only seen it a couple of times, but it's like a mom or whatever, and it's like, you know, when I finally had enough and I start screaming at the kids and like, why are you yelling? And it's it's a clip of Wanda Sykes and she's going, you motherfucker!
Why is my mom crazy? You,
You
motherfucker.
motherfucker!
all right, well that's pretty much all I had in the way of news. Yep, that's it.
I'd say check out the trailer if you haven't for that.
Yeah, check out the trailer for
You gotta start
History
sending me
of the
stuff
World
on
Part
like
2.
text.
Yeah,
because
in
I
our
don't
group chat,
check.
dude.
Yeah, I don't
I
check.
tried sending it into a text, but it wouldn't let me send it in a text.
I have a hard time sometimes too.
I just go to share and then
Yeah, I tried
copy
that.
the-
You have an Android and we have iPhones. Sometimes when we try to
what you're saying is Android is better. Yes,
no,
I
whenever
understand.
we try to share stuff to Androids, it won't go through. Like if I try to send something to Kendra, it won't go through all the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time it will, but every now and then it won't.
Android's like, fuck you, iPhone.
Fuck you, I don't want your crap iPhone.
Yeah, that must be it.
That is it.
Yeah,
Yeah, take your stupid face back on somewhere.
yep, that must be it.
iPhone.
That must be it.
All right, that's all I got.
Well, what have you been watching, Joseph?
What the hell have you been watching?
You would talk all the time.
Oh
Talking
boy,
shit.
we're getting into the what everyone watching. The Last of Us still. Anybody else watch that yet?
I
Any of
have
it?
not. I need to. I keep getting hooked in some of my old shows.
It's good.
I
They're,
know
they're
it
4
is,
episodes deep, which makes them balls deep.
but I still want to play the game before I watch it.
You don't need to.
I know I don't need to, but I want to.
You don't need to. Just watch it as a show, man.
And then I get stuck watching.
You're selling
it.
yourself short.
Then I sit there and watch a show, and I'll be wanting to watch watch it more, and I can't because now I have to wait for a fucking week. And
I know, I'm telling you.
That
I told
pisses
you, we're
me off.
spoiled now. We're all spoiled.
We are.
That's how I was with Vox Machina. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not watching it until it's all out.
It's
Well, Amazon releases 3 episodes a week, so because
It's
they're only
like
half-hour episodes.
why I like watching movies because it's like, okay, I watched it, now I'm done.
I do like Amazon's. I like Amazon's way of releasing video, like
Their
their stuff. Like when, because I don't know if you've ever seen the show. What's it called? The Outer Ranch or whatever it is. It's got Josh Brolin in it, but he owns a ranch and like there's a giant hole that appears in the middle of one of his fields, and like if you fall into it, like it's like a portal, like a time portal or
I've
something.
never
I don't
even
know.
heard
It's
of
fucking
this.
wild as shit. But whenever they release, I was like excited to see it because it's got fucking Josh Brolin in it and a bunch of other cool people. But so whenever they released it, they released the first 3 episodes, and then they did every episode, an episode a week after that, which was really cool. Because you're like, fuck, I can binge watch 3 episodes right off the bat. So
No, I
it's
never.
cool how
even
they
heard
do
of
that. Yeah, they do that sometimes. I think it's called Outer Ranch. I think it's called the Outer Ranch. I can't remember. I think that's what it's called. But I'm waiting on season 2 for that. Hopefully they didn't cancel it because that's a good show.
Yeah, I didn't-
But also watched. I forgot to tell you last week. I watched The Glass Onion.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as the first one.
I really liked
Mostly because I predicted it from the beginning. I was like, I called it.
it. I
all.
really liked it.
I mean, it was still good. I just didn't like it as much.
I really liked it.
I didn't like that. Like it was predictable because I was like, white dude's a killer. White dude's the killer. That's how it is in every
It's
movie.
always the white dude.
It's always the white dude. I was like, it's definitely the white dude.
Cracker.
Well, I mean that's obvious though. I mean, come on. I don't want to say anything for people who haven't seen it.
Yeah, I didn't
but,
want
like,
to spoil anything. Well,
but,
I
like,
guess I kind of did. But
obviously he is because he's.
you're right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's
I
an
just-
obvious.
I-
I'm
Spread
like,
that away
I'm
from
kind of
me.
one of those.
It's more the whole of it.
Right. Though I understand the movie is good. I think the
I
cinematography.
loved what he had to say to Kate Hudson's character because she kept saying, "I have no filter, and I'm just this, and I'm that, and I'm the," like she kept talking about how great she was because she just said what everybody else was thinking. That was her whole shtick. And I cannot remember exactly how he put it to her, but he looked at her and he said, sometimes saying what you're thinking makes you look really stupid or something like that. Like
Yes,
sometimes
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, sometimes you should really think about things before you say it, or
Right.
whatever. And I can't remember exactly how he put
Sometimes
it.
always always saying what other people are thinking isn't always the right thing to say.
Yeah, something like that. And I was, basically saying that sometimes you're supposed to have a filter.
Right.
And I was just like, good
Yeah.
one.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
See, that's my problem is I don't have a filter, and sometimes that gets me into
But
trouble.
you do, though.
Do I?
You don't talk like her. Like, you wouldn't.
That's true, I
You
guess.
see what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't, like your kids, for example. If they had, like, okay, when they were really little and they would bring you a picture and they're like,
I didn't say
look,
this sucks.
Look, Daddy, it's Santa Claus. And Santa Claus is just a big red blob with an arm, just one arm off to the side, and you're like,
My first reaction
this looks
to that,
like shit, Jackson. This is terrible. Like, you wouldn't say that. You'd be like, oh, this is great, buddy. Thanks. I love it.
my
You know how many
first
times they
reaction
brought
to
me
that would
artwork
be-
though, and I'd be like, I wanted to say that though. I'm like, dude, do better.
Sure, maybe you did, but I'm just saying you didn't.
You have it in you to do better.
I would have.
But you didn't
My
say
first
know.
reaction to that picture would be, "Is this Kool-Aid Man?"
it. Right?
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, I watched that. It was good, I guess. Me and Crystal really liked. We both watched it, and she really liked it too. I still think the first one was better. I think because it was something new, but this one was like really. It was predictable.
I
very
thought that the
predictable.
first one was more Clue-ish,
Yeah, right.
whereas this one was like a caper almost.
Yeah, kind of.
And I really liked that that they're not sticking with that formula.
Right.
That they tried to make it the same because it's a sequel, right? They stuck
Right.
with that. They kept it fun like that, but they didn't stick with that same formula, and I really liked that.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was all right. I'd recommend it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched Shaun of the Dead with Madison for her podcast because she covered Shaun of the Dead. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, my daughter has a podcast called the Mad Hatchet Horror Hour, and she covers. I think she's trying to get away from the serial killer stuff because I think she's like Dad, it's a lot of work, and
It's a lot of.
she's like, and I really don't care that much. She's like, I love doing the movie thing though. I was like, let's stick to the movie stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So her problem is though, I told her, I was like, I'm not doing this with you every week though. You need to find other people to do it with you, and so she's working on. That's why Jessica's going to do it with her this next week. They're going to cover Coraline. For anybody who wants to check that out, look up the Mad Hatchet Horror Hour. She does an hour of reviewing horror movies, and a lot of these movies she's never seen. So it's like listening to your kid for the first time talking about a movie that they had never seen that you probably grew up on. It's kind of interesting actually because it's like, have you ever seen this? She's like, no, I've never seen this. And it sucks because she's still finding her way, but it's also nice because I'm trying to explain to her, like, listen, I don't need to be your host. You're the host. Why am I doing all the hosting? So, but you got to bear with her a little bit. She's getting there. She's doing better. And I love Shaun of the Dead, by the way. Movie's fantastic. And last but not least, I watched the new, or no, not last, but I watched the new Black Panther movie.
Fuck you, I did too.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much.
No, neither did I.
It was boring and it was long as fuck. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes long. That is too long for one. For a movie that didn't have a lot to say other than like paying homage to a dead actor, which, don't get me wrong, was fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I'm sad for Chadwick Boseman that he passed away.
Yeah.
But they did, like, dude, you don't even see Black Panther until like 3/4 of the way into this movie.
Dude, it was almost over by the time.
Yeah, it was almost over by this time, and it just wasn't a good action flick. There wasn't a lot of action. It was boring. I didn't like it.
It's just it dragged on too long. a girl who is constantly depressed and angry.
She's trying to find herself throughout this whole fucking movie, and you know what's gonna happen at the end.
Yeah.
It's predictable. It's the same Marvel superhero fucking formula that they do for every movie. Same
I
shit.
get why they showed who she saw when she went to the Black Panther stage.
I get that.
I
Yeah.
understand that, and I get that 100%. But man, I don't think they should have went that route.
Right. And don't get me wrong, spoiler alert, she fucking at the end, she finds herself. She forgives instead of seeks
Hates.
revenge.
No.
That is every goddamn superhero movie.
Yep.
Do something new, man.
No,
Yeah.
thrown for a loop.
Yeah, right? I called it like 20 minutes into this movie. I was like, yeah, at the end she's just going to it's not going to be about a path of revenge, it's going to be about forgiveness. Blah blah blah. Every fucking superhero movie.
Well, the problem with that though is that if they don't go with that ending, then it's just gonna be Brightburn all over again.
I'm okay with that.
Brightburn
was good.
Brightburn was great. I love
Um,
that. But I'm saying it's gonna be a villain origin story. That's what I'm getting at.
But it doesn't have to be. Like, the Punisher is not a villain, and
That's
there was
true.
no fucking forgiveness at the end. It's like, no, I'm just going to
Fuck that.
continue to fuck up bad guys.
That's true. That's true.
So, go that route. But either way, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think everybody in the movie did fine. Angela Bassett was great as usual.
It's very rarely the actor's fault.
Right, exactly. It's all the
It's the
writing.
direction by
Even
the
the guy who
director, in my
played
opinion.
Namor was great. I don't even know who that is, but he did good. The girl who plays the new Black Panther, she was awesome. I think she's a fantastic actress. And I think that everybody, like the girl who plays Michonne from The Walking Dead's in it too. And she's always great. I always think she does a great job.
Yeah.
So the movie itself didn't suffer at the hands of the actors. It suffered at the hands of the writer and the director. So that's what I think.
Yep.
I think that it was just a poorly made superhero movie. It's just
They could have done a lot more with.
They
what
could have done
had.
so much more, especially with the runtime, man.
Yes.
God, it was so long.
Yeah.
They could have cut 40 minutes out of this movie and still had a decent movie. Anyway, so I'll never watch that movie again.
It just
probably.
felt too depressing through.
It was. It was too. It just wasn't good. And then he ended. I'm like, why the fuck is she there? Okay,
right.
I can understand it, but whatever.
I think that was just a way to pay homage to.
I guess, yeah. And last but not least, I watched this movie on Peacock called Sick. Have you guys seen that yet?
I saw a trailer for that.
It's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
good things.
yeah. The only thing I didn't like was the motivation at the end, like the motive or whatever. I was like, that is fucking stupid. Well, other than that, the movie is great. Like I would
probably maybe I don't know.
what
Usually, then that means I won't like the movie because I'll be like,
it.
Ugh,
Don't get me wrong, it does frustrate me a little bit, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, but it kind of also makes a little bit of sense, knowing how people reacted to what they're. You'll have to watch it.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right.
But I'm not going to say don't watch
not-
it
no,
because
I'm not
it is
gonna-
a good movie.
I'm not
It really
gonna not
is.
watch it. I don't tend to.
It was-
if I'm interested in a movie, I'm gonna watch it regardless of what
Yeah.
you say.
Like, well, the thing about this movie is like, you go into it thinking like this is probably not going to be that good because it didn't get a lot of buzz. You're not hearing a lot about it. It's only on Peacock. Like, I've never heard of any of these actors, but I watched it and I was thinking like this is probably going to get really campy or stupid or cheesy or something. It didn't. It was really good. I was actually really impressed with the actors. I was impressed with the sets. I was impressed with like the direction, like the directing, everything. I was like, oh, this is actually a quality movie.
Yeah.
So I was pretty impressed with it. It's a good movie. I'd recommend it. And if anybody wants to comment on what they think of that movie, of the end and the motive, then please by all means let me know because I did not like it. I looked at Crystal, I was like, that was dumb. Like that is the dumbest fucking reason. I was like, but whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so stupid. I was like, whatever. But yeah, that's all I watched this week.
What about you, Eric?
So, I watched the second Black Panther.
And you liked it though, was what I got from the conversation.
I get throat punched.
No, I did not like it.
Been watching the Vikings show again, so I'm on the second season. So I've kind of been binge watching.
You're watching it again?
Yeah,
Whenever there are new things you could be watching?
there could be. Yeah,
I've watched Scrubs 3 times.
Yeah, I
That's
can
different. Those are
watch-
half-hour episodes of a sitcom.
Fair
Well,
enough.
Vikings is like an hour each.
Oh no.
Yeah, like Vikings is like watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like you don't just like, I think I'm going to rewatch this.
I
you
could,
know,
I could
during
watch.
dinner or
I could
something.
probably
I
watch
just did.
Scrubs over and over and over again.
Yeah,
and
see,
never
that's
get
how I
tired of
feel
it.
about certain other episodes.
Well, I mean,
too,
we
like-
just, the past couple podcasts, I keep bringing up, the Viking shows, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and watch it. I've been trying to get Kendra into watching some of them with me, but no. So I'm on
I
the
think
second
Crystal would watch
season.
it. She likes that shit though.
I'm on the second
kinda
season
shit.
right now. Pretty much went through the first season.
What
last week.
season was it that Ragnar died? Was it 4?
I believe it was either 3 or 4. Might have been the end of 4. It's sometime in the 4.
I think it was like middle of 4 or something like that.
I
think it was like
closer-
mid-season 4.
closer to the end of 4. I thought.
Was it?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I think because then they went and started going to like season 5 and
Because I know after he died, they do a time jump.
yeah,
So
kind of.
because they grow up, like his younger boys grow up.
Well, no, they were already grown up when he dies.
oh yeah, they
'Cause
were, weren't
take-
they?
He
yeah.
took Ivar with
Yeah,
him
you're right.
to
You're right.
England. And
Yeah,
then
you're right. Yeah, they were grown up.
He gets killed and Ivar goes back and then they all come back for revenge.
Yeah. See, I didn't watch it past. I take that back. I did watch it past.
It gets
that.
good after Ivar.
I believe that. I just after Ragnar was my favorite character.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not interested anymore. Like he's such a cool
Honestly,
character.
I watched a couple.
Honestly,
But that I love that actor though. Have you ever seen Raised by Wolves?
Mm-mm.
The show. It was on. I think it was on Showtime or something. There was 2 seasons. They canceled it, but it was written in. It was created by Ridley Scott. So it's very much like it was weird and had that sort of like weird kind of element around it, kind of like Alien. Or you ever seen? Have you ever? Did you watch? What the fuck was that? Alien prequel about the fuck. It had the creators in it and stuff, but it was supposed to be like, God damn it! What is the name of that movie? Not. It was
I think I know what you're talking
not
about.
Covenant, but the one before that. Anyway, it had that
I want
very
to say start with a P, didn't it?
Prometheus.
Prometheus.
Yeah. Okay, so it was like that. It had that very much that kind of feel to the whole show. It was. Well, fuck you.
You
Kimber
forgot to
said,
hit the
"Fuck
button.
you. I'm turning off.
You motherfucker. God damn it! Just took a picture though. God damn it!
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties with this new camera.
Hopefully by
Hi, we're back.
in the next couple episodes.
Should I
we'll
set
have
a
it all figured
timer
out.
for you or something?
Was there a timer up here?
I didn't.
didn't
I don't
see
know.
it.
I was talking to
I
you.
didn't see it.
But honestly, Bjorn is my favorite.
I think that was the camera's way of saying, "Dude, shut up." Like, are you done talking yet?
Yeah, Bjorn's probably my favorite out of them all.
What's so goddamn funny, Karen?
That name.
Bjorn?
Every time I hear it, I hear Bjorn.
Bjorn. Bjorn.
Every time I hear it, that's what I
But
hear.
yeah, Bjorn is probably my favorite guy in that show. And then I watched Once Bitten with Jim Carrey.
With Jim Carrey?
I got Kendra to sit down and watch that, or lay down with me and
Did
watch
she
that.
love it?
Oh yeah, she actually.
Oh,
loved
that
show.
movie's
That's
great.
a quality
She
comedy.
loves
though.
a lot of Jim Carrey. I was like, "You ever see Once Bitten?" She's like, "No." I was like, "It's got Jim Carrey in it with
Like when he
Yeah,
was
when
young,
he
like
was
one of
young,
his
really
first
young.
his
movies.
young,
Yeah.
young Jim Carrey." She's
Yeah.
like, "No, I've never seen it." So we
Has
sat
she
down
ever
and watched
seen
it.
Oh, what's the one where they're furry aliens?
Oh,
Critters?
Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yeah, Earth Girls
Oh.
Are Easy. Has she ever seen that? I own it.
I don't think so.
She should see it.
I don't
Have you
think
seen
I've
it?
seen it.
That's the one with Jeff Goldblum. And,
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum,
and,
Jim
yeah,
Carrey,
I
and
don't-
Damon
I've seen
Wayans.
it.
Damon Wayans.
Yeah, they're furry aliens, and she turns them into like not furry
It's got
aliens.
Gina Davis in it.
Yeah, Gina Davis,
don't
Jeff
think I've seen
Goldblum.
it.
Oh, it's
So good.
yeah, so good.
So good.
But yeah, that's all I've watched. I mean, Vikings.
No
kinda
lip
took
lock
up-
for Whiplock. I'm such a like that was one that threw me off when the first time I watched it. What did he just say?
The first time you watch it, I think you have to watch that movie a few times before you really get the
effect.
get it,
Yeah,
because like the first time you watch it, you're like, that was what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the second time you watch, you're like, this is great. Everybody sit down. Sit down. We're going to watch this. Sit down. We're going to watch this.
We're gonna watch this.
We're going to watch this movie.
Watch these furry aliens turn into handsome men, and then turn.
She turns Jim Carrey into a surfer guy type. And
It's so weird because all she had to do was shave the hair off of their bodies.
yeah, even though
Yeah.
one's orange and one's
purple.
purple,
And I think the other one's blue or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
or green or some
Teletubbies.
shit.
yeah, Teletubbies basically, yeah, furry Teletubbies. So for me, I watched. I started the Cabinet of Curiosities. I'm 3 episodes in.
I haven't even finished it yet.
Oh, I've just been watching it when I
Which one
Have
is the
time.
third
I
one?
made it through a whole season of
I
Vikings.
don't
What the hell?
remember. Maybe I only watched 2 episodes because I remember the first one with the storage unit,
Storage unit.
and then the second one. You were right. I thought I was gonna have a fucking heart attack watching that one.
Which one?
Them crawling around in those tunnels
With the rats?
with the rats.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's claustrophobic as shit, dude.
Oh god, I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I've never
I wanted
watched-
I wanted to like do this. Like I wanted to be like a little kid, you know, and just like
Cover
not
your eyes and
cover my eyes and just listen.
Protect yourself.
Like cuz it was like torture watching him. I'm like, "Oh god, why would you just no?"
and he went in there
don't."
willingly, too.
Yes.
Like, it was...
Yes, and then
Yeah.
at the end I was like, "Oh, that is my nightmare. That is my fucking nightmare."
was-
It's just
bad.
like that one movie where they do cave diving and they lose little monsters.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
The Descent. We talked
Yeah,
about
fuck
that.
No,
The
fuck
Descent
that.
or The Cave.
Well, look,
But The Descent is
Yeah,
really bad.
The Descent is really
fuck
bad.
that.
It gets very claustrophobic.
Like we've talked about that before, like with Matt, and I don't remember what he said. Something about this was scary, or maybe it was heights or something. And I'm like, no, it's scarier to be stuck in a cave
It's
because
something that you can't fucking move.
nobody can come in with a crane and be like, yeah, we're gonna move the Earth off
Yeah,
of
we're
you.
gonna move this
Like,
giant, 600-ton rock off of you.
No,
you
you
it's
get
not gonna
stuck
happen.
in there. You're stuck. You're dying. You're gonna die right there.
Yep.
Anyway, so I started that. I finished You season 3, and then I deleted it off of my Netflix because I'm fucking done with you, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done with
It's
you.
kind of like I'm glad it's ending. And honestly, I think that Penn Badgley also is glad it's ending.
He is.
Because I know he doesn't even like he doesn't
I
even like
watched
playing
an
the character.
interview, and in the nicest way possible, he said it was bullshit.
It is bullshit.
It's
he also
bullshit
said
the
he
way
also
that
said in
it
the
went.
nicest way possible that he fucking hates his character.
Mm-hmm.
He hates his character. He said he is a not a good person. He is a terrible person.
Well, I mean, of course he is, but also, season 3 makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't. Yeah, because like you said, they should have ended it at season 2. You found the woman of your dreams. That's it. You
That's it.
created a
The
family
end.
together.
The end.
You
You're
found
done.
the one fucking person in
If
the
they were
world
gonna
that,
make a season 3, then season 3 should have been about them against the world.
yeah, something like that.
You know what I mean?
It
Like,
doesn't make any sense to me. But
no,
that's what I said about it. Tell him, like, hold on. So he found the woman that he always wanted, that's just like him, but now he
Perfect.
doesn't want her.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Yep.
you found the perfect woman.
Yeah, so I took that off my Netflix, and Jeremiah was like, "You're not gonna you're gonna finish that," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. Watch."
Well, the sad
Gone.
part is now he's obsessing over a woman that not only doesn't want him, but also is like complete opposite of everything he's wanted up until now.
Yep, and she
So-
literally like is probably like the smartest woman he's ever.
Oh, for sure.
She's
She's the one who dipped out. Like, nah, this is getting
this
weird.
is
for
yeah,
me.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, I'm done
and like
with
what
this
she
shit.
says to Love about like you should probably listen to that voice in your head before she's gone. When she said that and then walked out. And I'm like, I mean, I get why he's obsessed with her because she's fucking amazing up
Yeah.
here. But like, dude, she's never gonna give you the time of day.
No,
like
not-
she's
yeah.
she's done.
She's not
she
that
is
stupid.
done at this
Yeah,
point.
she's
never
She's
gonna-
not stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I deleted that and I will not watch it again.
I will.
At some point in
Watch the
time,
next
I may check out what happens at the end of season 4 to find out what happens to Joe. I hope he fucking dies horribly, but that might.
I
be
think
it.
I don't think he should die. I think that he should be put in prison. I
maybe.
think he should be put in prison because that's where they failed with Dexter, in my opinion. Like that new season that they did.
I didn't watch it.
Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it. Don't listen. But Dexter dies at the end. So he dies at the end, and instead I think he should have been put away. Like, don't kill off the character because then you're saying he's completely done.
And yeah,
I think he
don't-
should have either been. There should have been a better resolution to. That
I would
story.
actually prefer Joe is really done. Like, fucking kill him.
just kill him.
Yeah, and I hope it's like
He wouldn't last. In
I
prison.
would
He's
really
too
like
pretty.
it if like Love could come back and do it somehow. That would be great.
Love.
And
But-
I see where Joseph's taking this. Like, if they did capture Dexter, they could eventually go back to Dexter in like a prison theme. and
Sure,
ask
yeah,
him
That'd be
no,
cool. Do
about
like
no, I get,
Oz-
I
serial
get that.
Oz
killer.
No, I
Dexter
get that.
edition.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get
See,
that
that's the
because
thing about
Dexter
that's
is
another
a,
thing about that pissed me off at the end of You season 3 is he just hands his baby off.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
what the fuck? Who does this?
Yes.
You just gave your baby away,
Yes.
dude,
Like
to a couple of dudes. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
I mean, I guess in a way, like he's doing what he thinks is the best for the kid,
I understand that, I guess, but
but he's doing it for
his own
very
selfish.
selfish reasons. He's
Yeah.
only doing it because he's gonna run off and look for this girl. He's not running from the cops. Everybody thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
He's not. You know what I mean? Like, the kid's not in any danger,
Right.
so to speak of, if he's with him.
Yeah.
But fuck Joe. Fuck you. I'm done with you.
Whenever I think that my final straw with that was whenever he gave his baby away. I'm like, no, you're the dad, dude, and you killed his fucking mom. Like, it is your responsibility at this point to be a father to that child.
But maybe he's not the best person to have
Maybe
that
not,
kid anyway.
but I'm not saying that he would make a good dad. I'm just saying that he should have been the dad. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
Like,
no, I get what you're saying. I'm saying though, it's probably for the best that he's with the gay couple.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm done with that show. I deleted it. When season 4 is over, I might try to find a YouTube channel or a YouTube thing of seeing like what happened to him, and that might be it.
The abridged version of
Yeah,
season
just like
4.
no, I don't want an abridged version. What happened to Joe? Oh, he got fucking a nail gun to the head. Cool, done.
He
Like,
went
I
to
don't need
prison
any
and got raped.
background.
He went to prison and got raped several times. Cool, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't care. I watched Skinamarink.
Was that good?
No,
No.
no,
Not even like $15,000 good?
no.
Really?
Okay, so we've talked before about
Paranormal.
I'm going to watch it and I'm going to come back on it like, dude, it was awesome.
yeah, enjoy.
This is why I haven't watched it because I'm like, I mean, how good could it be?
I don't
So
know. It was
we've talked about A Quiet Place
Mhm.
and how amazing it was that they could drive a plot with very little dialogue.
Very little
Yeah.
dialogue, yeah.
And how amazing that was, right? So in this, it's like that, but
done
without
wrong.
showing the actors. Like, they've got these shots of like door frames and floors, and you see like maybe side profiles or feet, but you never see the actors head on.
Why? Is it like just an artistic
I
decision?
guess it's an artistic decision, which in a way,
Was it scary at least?
did
There-
it make
there
it,
were
did
now-
it make it unnerving seeing it like that?
yes,
'Cause
it
maybe
could.
that's
It
where
could
they-
at times.
where they were
It
going
could
with
at
that.
times, yes. But now that to me was the most interesting thing, because that's what it reminded me of, was
Quiet Place.
how A Quiet Place could drive the plot
Right.
with very little dialogue. So I thought, how interesting for somebody to be able to show this story without needing the actors
Right.
to be there, so
Right.
to speak.
I get it.
So I found that very interesting. I'm not sure that they pulled it off completely, but I found it very interesting.
They did some
nonetheless.
right. They did some right because on a $15,000 budget, they've made $2 million.
I think that is just people the pumping of it, like the
Could
hey,
be, yeah.
watch this
Because
movie.
let's face it, the marketing for the movie was
Got me interested.
top notch. Yeah,
it
like
got
you're
me
like, what the
interested.
fuck? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Well, if it's first seen the trailer of it, and
that's the kind of
theater,
movie you're like,
yeah.
holy shit,
Yeah,
that
it's
could be
like,
good.
huh.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
That's
you know?
why I brought it up to you guys. 'Cause
Yeah.
I see it in the trailers. Yeah, that don't look too bad.
Now, my biggest gripe about the movie is the audio, because you would hear whispers. It was always whispers, and you would get subtitles, but you'd only get subtitles when you could fucking understand what the whispering was. When you couldn't understand, No fucking subtitles.
So what exactly is the movie even about?
So these kids wake up, like, it starts out, you hear the dad, like, it seems like a normal house. Like, the lights are on. You hear parent or the dad and, like, the kids, and they're all kind of, like, talking and stuff. And then the lights go out, everybody goes to bed, and then you hear the dad, like, make a 911 call. And, like, I don't want to give too much away, but then, not like I'm giving anything away. But, and then, like, the kids wake up, and everything is dark. And, like, it says in the trailer that all the doors and windows are gone. It doesn't really show that they're, like, trapped in there. You know what I mean? Like, it shows that things are disappearing, but not necessarily that they're trapped in there. So, I mean, you just know that from the synopsis, I guess. But the parents never come back, or like maybe the mom does at one point. That's not really clear. And then it's like, you know, it's one of those films that, like, at the end,
You've got more questions
Than answers.
than answers.
yeah, it's more like, you know, you're supposed to get it, and if you don't, you're stupid.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't
and-
make me think too much, man. Just give me a good scary movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to like 3 different places reading, like, what did you get out of this movie? And it was exactly what I thought I got out of the movie, but it still doesn't fucking answer everything. So, again, my biggest gripe, number one, what I thought the movie was about, what I got out of it was exactly what I was supposed to get out of it, apparently, but it still doesn't fucking answer everything. And number two, the fucking audio. If I'm not supposed to understand what they're fucking saying,
Right.
then, like, why are they saying anything? And that's 90% of the dialogue.
I get
So
it.
I'm not supposed to see anybody or understand what the fuck they're saying?
Right.
So you're just watching them.
I'm just watching random images? Like, you know what that reminded me of, honestly? If I'm not supposed to have dialogue to lead me through these images that you're showing me, I'm watching Baby Einstein. You guys remember the Baby Einstein videos back in the day? I used to be a nanny for this kid. And he would, like, you put those on, and he would just sit in front of the TV like a fucking zombie.
Kind of like what.
And
Penny
all
does.
yeah, Coco Melon, exactly.
Yeah.
All it was just random images of like a ball rolling, or, you know, a toy, or, you know, and it was just baby stuff, and that's what it reminded me of. It was just random images, and if I'm not supposed to understand the audio, that's what it is. It's random images, and every now and then you get the whispering, but I could understand what they were saying. That's when I'd get subtitles. So-
Dude, yeah, you're
I'm-
making me not interested.
I-
Because I was like, man, I need to
lost
check out
my
that
interest
movie.
in it.
But you just like lost all my interest.
I wouldn't watch it. I would never watch it again, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
I probably won't watch it then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for taking one for the
Yeah.
team, Karen.
I really wanted to see it, so I was like,
I
I'm
was
watching
interested
it.
too.
Yeah,
I was like,
interested. in
yeah,
it
I was
too.
like,
just
I
haven't-
was like, man, I don't know, you know.
Anybody
and-
who wants to comment and tell me I'm wrong or that I'm stupid for not getting it,
fuck you.
I did get it. I did get it. Just to be clear, I got it. I went to the director and got it. Like, I got his synopsis. I got it. But I still have questions, and they weren't answered.
Because he still doesn't have the answers.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you liked it, I'm so sorry. But
Good for you.
it was terrible. And then I started a show that I've been wanting to watch. It's called My Encounter with Evil. You don't care. But it's about people that were, like...
You don't care.
people that were, possessed
Fuck that.
and, like, their stories.
Yeah, you're right. I don't care.
Exactly. I watched a movie called The Lobster. Don't ever watch that. It was not good.
Oh wait, is that with
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell and what's his face?
Rachel Weisz is in it.
Yeah, it's the one where like the guy doesn't understand why the guy doesn't want to be his friend anymore, and
no,
no. This is the one where he's like in this hospital, isn't he?
No, they're in a hotel, and like, what it is like if you're a certain age, and like his wife leaves him, but if you're a certain age, you're not allowed to be like single. So since his wife left him, he has to go to this hotel and find another partner within a certain time frame, or he gets turned into an animal.
Oh my god.
It's like this dystopian future, but I wanted to watch it because it's like a black comedy, and I like that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
Everybody in the hotel, come be with me.
well, no,
Be
no,
with
no.
me."
It was really what really got me was I was watching the trailer, and he walks into the hotel with this dog, and he's like, "Oh, nice dog," you know, or what's his name or
I think I
whatever.
know what you're talking. I think I remember.
Yeah,
this
and
trailer.
he's like, "It's my brother. He was here a few years ago. He didn't make it."
Oh.
You know, and I'm like, I thought that was hilarious.
Like, hold on, this could be good.
Yeah, so like I watched it. It wasn't good.
Wasn't
I
good?
didn't like it. I mean, maybe I didn't like it. I watched Thank You for Smoking. I've seen it before, but I
Yeah.
wanted to watch it again. It's good. I watched LA Confidential. I'd never seen that before. That was very good for anybody who hasn't seen it. And I watched Black Christmas, the original.
I was gonna say which one.
I had never seen it before. So if you guys have not seen the original, I highly recommend it. My reason for that is
Is
everybody
it better
says,
than the remake that came out in
I
like?
never saw the remake either. I never saw any of them.
Oh really? Because
So-
the one in 2000, like the mid 2000s or something. I don't remember when it came out. But that one wasn't too bad.
Well,
like, I didn't
here-
think it was bad.
Let me put it this way.
I know the remake that just came out here a couple years ago got panned pretty hard. So
Well, let me put it this way. So, like, it always says that Black Christmas was like the dawn of slasher films, right? Like, it
Right.
created that whole genre.
mm,
It's what all
year did it
slasher
come out?
films, 1974.
it
Wait.
might have. It might have.
Yeah. But anyway, it was made by the same guy that did Christmas Story, Bob Clark.
Really.
Really.
He really likes Christmas movies. Don't
Well,
matter
no,
the genre
no,
as long
what
as it's
it-
Christmas.
What
movie.
happened is he made 2 horror films prior to Black Christmas, and nothing happened with them. And then he made Black Christmas. He's made all kinds of movies, but those are probably his 2 most famous. But anyway, so I've always wanted to see it, but I never got around to it. So I got around to it on Sunday. And when they say that it spawned that genre, they're not doing it justice, because the slasher films of today, or even right afterwards, don't do nearly the types of things that are done in this movie, and are done fucking well.
Really.
Yes.
I have to check it out. I've never watched the original.
Watch the original. There's at the very beginning of the movie, there is just to give you a little taste. There is a phone call that happens, an obscene phone call. The guy, is like a breather, calls the house. The whole.
Like When a Stranger Calls.
Yeah, funny enough.
Oh.
They ripped directly from this movie, When a Stranger Calls.
Oh, did they? Oh.
But anyway, so he calls, and he's like, obscene with this phone call, but like so obscene, like, I've seen all kinds of slasher films, I've seen all kinds of horror movies, and so obscene in this phone call that I was like, holy shit. Like,
They could say that back in the 70s?
whoa.
Dial it back a notch there, Fred.
But Margot Kidder, or not Margot, yeah, Margot Kidder, Lois Lane,
yeah.
she was a teenager in this one, and she's the one on the other end of the phone, and she's giving it right back, and I'm just like,
Damn,
are
potty
you
mouth.
seeing this?
Fucking potty
Like,
mouth.
dude, I'm serious. Like, watch it, and I'm not saying that just to be like, oh, it's an obscene movie. No, like it's done in such a way that to say that it spawned this whole genre of movies doesn't do it justice.
It's just an understatement.
Is an understatement. So I'm
Okay.
telling you, watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll
It's
check it out.
amazing. So I guess that brings us into our movie.
Let's talk about the movie.
Which was True Romance from 1993. Rolls in at exactly 2 hours. Starring Christian Slater as Clarence and Patricia Arquette as Alabama. And I wrote fucking everybody else. Because fucking
it was-
There are
everybody.
so many people in this movie.
Yes, and it
So
was
many.
directed by Tony Scott and written by Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery, who was uncredited. So, Joseph, would you recommend and would you watch again?
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah?
100%. Yeah.
You?
I'd watch again. Recommend it.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, fucking obviously.
It's a good fucking movie.
I've been
We know you hate it.
yeah.
there
I
are
fucking
there are
hate it.
things about this movie that there are very few things about this movie that I don't like. Very few, but like there are a lot of things that make this movie great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of the things I'm gonna say right now is the fucking music. The very it sounds like almost like I wouldn't say Jamaican, but like kind of like something you'd hear on the beach.
Paradise kind of.
Yeah,
music.
kind of like
Oh,
a
yeah,
paradise.
yeah.
They're in, for one, they start out in Detroit,
Yeah.
which is not a
Detroit.
paradise location
No.
at all.
No.
It's very grim and like foggy and cold looking. It's very, until they go to California where it's sunny and
Yeah.
pretty and beautiful.
Which doesn't happen until like halfway through.
Yeah,
the movie.
halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
But like that music is like, because like you're like,
It sets it up though. It gets you in the mood for that movie.
The funny part is like because it could be a really dark movie, and it could be really fucked up. Like without like that music though, you're like that music brings you back to thinking like, okay, this isn't so bad. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like so that music is like it makes it fun.
Yeah.
That music makes the movie fun.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like the first time I watched this movie, back in the day, I kept waiting for like the other shoe to drop, because like these two just met, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so at some point they're gonna realize that they don't love each other, that they
Or
hate
she's gonna
each other.
turn on him.
Yeah,
or
like
something stupid.
I'm like, when is the
I
other
didn't
shoe
get
gonna
that at
drop?
all.
Like when is it gonna happen?
No,
the
I
whole-
could see you seeing it at the beginning.
Yeah,
Like,
at the very beginning.
'cause you're like, hold on now.
okay,
Well, no, look, my point is like, I kept thinking, like, when's this gonna happen? And about midway through the movie, I'm like, no, they're never gonna not be in love.
that
Okay.
was that's honestly the best part of the movie.
exactly
Yeah.
that's
Because they
my
never
note.
falter in loving each other.
That's what my point is like, no, they really do. They fall head
They-
over heels
yeah.
in love in 24
They
hours.
don't throughout the whole movie they don't even get mad at each other one time.
And that could make for one of
Well-
the cheesiest love stories in movie history, but it works
Yeah.
so well. I mean, it's just one of the most amazing love stories in my opinion. I
Right.
love it.
Christian Slater did start getting mad at Alabama after he killed her pimp, and he thought that she
Well, yeah,
loved
because
him.
he was misreading her
Yeah,
reaction.
he was misreading her, so he was getting angry at her.
Well, he was
during
getting
that.
angry, but that was kind of the setup to her
Yeah.
reaction, though.
And see,
too.
I thought right there that was about the time where I was like, maybe the romance won't last. Maybe he's going to like fucking go off the deep end and just go on a killing spree or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never seen the movie before, so this is my first time watching it.
Yeah.
So I was
This
like,
is probably
this is where he's going to.
Oh, this is probably like my 8 millionth time.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
probably
know.
my second or third time watching this
I love
movie.
this movie. So, I work with a woman, and bless her heart, I've only been working with her for a little while, but every week she asks me what we're doing on our podcast.
Oh yeah,
And
Who's that?
Tammy.
Oh, Tammy.
So every week she asks me what we're going to be doing in our podcast, and every week if I say something she's never seen, she looks up the synopsis. And this week she said, what are you guys doing? And I said, well, we're doing, since it's Valentine's, we're going to do a romantic movie. And she's like, oh, I love romantic movies. What is it? And I told her, and she went to find it, and she goes, he's holding a gun. And I said, I know. And then
he really loves his gun.
she goes down and reads the synopsis, and she goes, that doesn't sound like any romantic movie I've ever seen. And it's like, it's romantic to me.
It is romantic.
But it really is romantic
movie.
though.
She even says it like he went and killed her pimp and stuff, and he's like,
Yeah, how
she's like, that is the
romantic.
most romantic thing.
Isn't it though? I mean, he went and killed her pimp so she could be free.
Yeah,
But I gotta
this
say,
is,
dude-
like the very deranged part of it.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
It's supposed to be like a form of dark comedy. and
Okay, but
honestly,
who
it
didn't love
lands.
Drexel?
I love Drexel.
Oh
dude.
my God, Gary Oldman.
Dude, Gary
I'm
Oldman's
telling
the
you,
shit.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman could play you, and you wouldn't even know. He could be you right
am
now.
am I
he's
the
like,
imposter?
He's
You
like
might
a
be Gary
Rastafarian
Oldman.
fucking drug dealer.
Yeah,
pimp.
like Gary fucking Oldman played that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
was like, it
when I
was
first
very
seen
out
him, I
of
was
left
like,
field.
Wait, what?
I would love to seen Eric's reaction watching the credits. Just all these movie star names
Yeah.
popping up. He's just like,
That's,
Fuck!
When
Fuck!
I seen all these
Fuck!
fucking the A-list actors, I'm like, how the fuck did
You know,
I never
realized
heard of this
realized that Samuel L. Jackson was in this movie for
like
movie?
3
He's
seconds.
very
for like
brief.
3 seconds. But
Yeah.
like, I was like, I was like, holy shit. I was like, there he is.
A
And I'm
lot
like,
of-
and then he gets shot, and I'm like, what the fuck?
A lot
Like-
of the A-list actors only had a very brief, like hell. Brad Pitt only was in it for
Oh God, Brad
fucking
Pitt's character.
6
3
minutes.
minutes.
Floyd.
Yeah. But he's so good at. I love seeing him and James Gandolfini in it
Oh,
together.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In that little scene because they did the Mexican together,
Yeah.
which is also a
Yeah.
really good movie.
Yeah, that's a very good movie.
And
El
but like,
Camino.
but seeing James Gandolfini
he was even young. Like
he was young and
Yeah.
awesome, dude. I fucking love that guy.
Mhm.
I loved him in the Mexican, and I loved him in this. I love it where he plays like that mobster type dude. That's why
he
people love him in
always
Sopranos
does
so
though.
much.
He always plays like
Yeah.
this really big bastard.
Yeah.
But in real life, he was such a sweet
Oh,
man.
I believe that. Yeah.
Like JJ or AJ, the kid in The Sopranos that played his son.
Yeah.
He got into a lot of trouble during the making of that show, and he always bailed him out, and he always tried to mentor him, and he always tried to take care of him. And I mean, he was just such a big sweetheart in real life, but he played these terrible people.
Terrible fucking people.
I think about his character in 8mm. Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He was a fucking bastard in that movie.
oh yeah.
Uh,
So who the fuck wouldn't date Christian Slater in the 90s?
right, and he was almost everywhere in
Yeah.
the 90s too.
Yeah,
Like
he was.
he did
everywhere.
Pump Up the Volume,
Yeah.
this, Heathers.
Mhm.
He was in Broken Arrow with John Travolta. He was in he's been in all kinds of shit, man.
Well,
now
like-
you're lucky to see him hardly at all.
I
Like
know.
I said, when I seen him in the Willow, I was like
Yeah.
fucking thrown off. I was like, that's fucking Christian Slater.
Yeah.
And that first girl, she's like trashy as shit that he's talking to at the first part.
Shoots him down. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I would have been jumping up and down like, I'll go see any fucking thing you're watching.
and I've seen
Like, I
I've
don't
seen
care.
her in something else too.
The Crow, she was the
Yeah.
the
She
mom.
was the mom. Yeah.
She was that fucking
Yep.
drug dealing or
Yep.
drug doing mom.
She plays a good drug
When he
drug
grabs
addict.
her arm and he's like, "Mother is God on the name of all children, the lips of all children." You're like, holy shit.
And he like drains all that shit out of her arm.
Yeah. That's why I remember her, because that scene always stuck out to me. But
Right.
yeah, she played the mom in that.
She
But
woke up the next morning, had pancakes though.
Eggs.
Oh, eggs. Sorry.
Remember, the girl didn't like eggs, and then she ate the eggs anyway because her mom was making them for her.
Right.
But yeah, who the fuck wouldn't date Christian Slater? That's the only thing about this movie that, and don't get me wrong, I wouldn't. He did great, but Christian Slater is a weird casting choice for me because he's supposed to be like this comic book nerd that can't get a date, but he's Christian Slater.
He's Christian Slater. Yeah.
Like,
Not to mention, like he goes from like being this like recluse comic book nerd to
he
like
goes to Drexel's house
he
and
goes
fucking
and
kills
he kills him.
everybody.
And let me tell you right now, that is a ballsy fucking move. That is really ballsy because
I feel like there has to be a background there that we're just not seeing.
maybe.
Hey, you might want to hit your button there.
Oh, see, now there's the timer.
Yeah.
Look at that, a little blurry.
Yeah,
Oh,
there we are.
beautiful.
But
Back at it, baby.
first, like I was like sitting there watching, and yeah, I was, the basic nerd, and out of nowhere he's talking to fucking Elvis in the mirror. I'm like, oh fuck, he's a sociopath.
See, you're reading this movie all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't getting that at all. I was just
No.
thinking he really likes Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah,
he
that's
turns
just-
to Elvis for all of his answers.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he's hearing the voices, and the voices are telling him to go kill that fucking Pip. I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is where we're going.
I can see where that would throw you for a loop. I really liked his apartment though. Like you could just walk out and be on a billboard.
Right.
Like, that's cool
yeah,
as shit.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Um,
I gotta say though, look, dude, Patricia Arquette in this movie is so just. It's not her. You know what I mean? And I love it because like it's not her. Like she was in Dream Warriors, and then she did Medium, and she was in Stigmata, but to see her in this, dude, like, it's so.
this is how I remember her though.
I
You know what I mean?
remember her from Dream Warriors.
Yeah, I
You know-
try not to remember her from Dream Warriors because it kind of pisses me off that she didn't reprise her role like she got too big.
I
for her
know it
britches.
sucks, but she was awesome in Dream Warriors. So like to see her in this, like as this like
Peppy,
peppy,
Happy.
like
Peppy
yeah,
giggly.
yeah, this very exposed, like you know what I mean?
Call girl.
You looking for a date?
Yeah, like she's like seeing her in this light is really awesome because it's like it really
Oh, I don't
shows-
disagree.
it shows her diversity. and it's
I don't
good.
disagree. This I feel like really just shows her. I think as a person, I think she's a bright person.
Right.
So it gave her a chance to really show that.
She's very, very endearing.
You're not kidding. she bears all in this one. She
Yeah,
bears quite a
straight
bit.
up kisses his dad. Like she's.
Oh, yeah,
she
yeah,
just
that was-
straight
that was
lays it on him.
making out
He's like,
with
he's
her.
like, he's like, God damn it, he was right. She does taste like peaches.
I know. I was like, dude, like, I can't believe he didn't get angry about that.
Right?
Like,
Like you're trying to make out with my dad.
yeah, like, I don't know. But that seemed weird to me, and then
Like-
nothing happened
Like
about it.
automatically, her call girl just like kicked in. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, hold on, is she gonna be a slut like this all the time? Like,
Right.
is that
But
how
it
she
never
greets
happens
people?
again, so it's kind of like this weird
Yeah, it was just
one-off.
yeah. So like, if she like met his friend for the first time and like laid one on him, like, all right, you got to stop that shit.
Yeah.
You
this
know?
is not how we greet people.
Yeah,
that's
this is not
nor-
how a normal
That's
person
not how
greets.
normal people do things.
Or says goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked one of the first things like when they're on the billboard talking and stuff, and he was like, I was relieved when you took off your dress and you didn't have a dick.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I was like, yeah, you're not kidding there.
Now, okay, now during the shooting scene in the hotel and all that, did his friend die? Because I don't remember him.
No, he
leaving the
ran
hotel.
out.
He ran away.
He ran
Yeah, He
out.
ran out.
Okay.
He was the only one that was there,
That
other
booked
than
it.
the two mains
Okay.
that didn't die.
Yeah.
Because everybody else got shot the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody died.
Yeah.
Everybody. Everybody.
I know
And their
that
brother.
that scene with Christopher Walken and not Anthony Hopkins,
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper was awesome. That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
that was very Tarantino.
And Tarantino, that's actually, in his opinion, I didn't write this down because I figured I'd just remember it and we'd talk about it because I agree. But that is his favorite. He says that's his most well-written scene in any of his movies. That's in his opinion.
I don't agree with that, but I'll let him make his own assessments of his own work. So, but yeah, I don't agree with that. But it is a really good scene.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene is like, it's definitely not a scene that could be written today.
He thinks
Well-
it's probably the way it was acted out, but he really likes the way he wrote that one.
I want to say that it's a scene that couldn't be made today, but for Quentin Tarantino, he could totally do it because he's that director that's like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, I
Whether
think,
you like it or
I
not,
think the
try to
difference
cancel
is
me.
he gets the people involved that can do it.
Right,
You know, like Django.
right, yeah.
I mean, that was controversial, and everybody was bitching about it until Samuel L. Jackson was like, I was there.
Jamie Foxx was like,
I was there.
yeah,
We did it,
yeah.
you know?
Same as like, I mean, any of his shit, like, and Samuel L. Jackson is that one guy that's like, I don't know, man. He's one of them actors that's like, dude, it's entertainment. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's
Right.
how he views it.
Yeah.
So, and that's a good thing, and that's a good thing. That's what Hollywood is missing today.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, it's just TV.
Yeah.
They're just movies.
Right,
You know, this isn't real life.
right.
That's like people who get scared of like or throw up to gory moments in movies. It's like, but it's not real.
Right.
You know, as long as you understand that in your mind it's not real, then you have no reason to be offended or upset or anything like that. It's just make believe.
Right.
You know, and that's what Hollywood lacks today is any of that sort of substance. You know what I mean? Because they take everything so seriously now.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, nothing can be
Everybody's
said.
offended by everything.
Yeah. So and I that's what I loved about this movie. It's like yeah, there's some racial moments and things like that, but those are things that can be said in a movie because that's how people are, man. That's how real people are sometimes.
Right.
Some people say racist ass shit.
That's
Yeah.
why
You
the
know,
whole
and-
comedy thing. Why are you hiding the controversial shit? Why are you
Yeah.
disbanding it? Let it be. Let every actor or comedian
Yeah.
do their thing, even if it's controversial. They're just making jokes to make certain people laugh.
Yeah, if you don't like it, don't. It's what I always tell people whenever people are like, "Oh man, you can't say that." Like, if you don't like it, don't fucking listen to it.
Yeah,
If you don't like it, don't look at it.
it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
you don't.
That's how I see it. That I've always been that kind of person. Like, if you don't like what I'm doing, don't look at it. Don't look at me.
Right.
Don't talk to me. Don't be my friend if you don't like me.
Right.
Don't come near me. Don't speak to me. That's how I am. And same goes with any other thing. Like, if you don't like it, don't fucking. If you don't like the movie, don't watch it.
Right.
Simple as that. Don't watch it.
I think Drexel needs his own
His own like
his
spin-off.
like,
See, that's-
backstory movie.
He just needs a spin-off, yeah.
Okay, that's like one of the cons of I have with the movie. It just feels a lot of it just feels rushed. Like
I disagree.
I
no.
think the pacing's perfect.
I think the pacing's fine.
what I mean is like it just feels like
Because
the,
you're
the
not
charac-
supposed-
You don't have enough with all the characters.
Well, you're not supposed
where I'm
to.
at
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
kind of the point of this movie. Like,
yeah,
and
you're
that's-
not supposed to. You're
That's
supposed
not
to be
even just this
focusing-
director. That's a Tarantino thing, man.
Yeah,
You
and
spend very little
you're
time with some
supposed
big
to-
name actors.
You're only supposed to be focusing on Clarence in Alabama.
Watch Pulp Fiction, dude. You'll understand. Like,
Oh yeah.
like actually, Christopher Walken is also in Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
and he just has like a quick little 3-minute role in it,
Right.
just like in this.
Right.
Almost, I wouldn't say the same character, but like he gives that same sort of like speech. You know what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
I wish Drexel had a little bit more for him. I wish Christopher Walken's character. I wish he had more.
Yeah,
for
he came
him.
in and I was like, he must be the main bad guy, and then I'm like, well, wait, no,
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 just
he's
a henchman.
he's just there to set up how bad these people are.
right, and that's
he's,
all
He's just the Don that works underneath another big time
right.
Yeah.
person.
And I'll tell you what, another thing, like if I were Alabama, no amount of begging on his part would have made me write down that address. Nope.
What are you talking about?
When he was telling her like, I want the address of your pimp. Nope, I'll buy new clothes.
Right,
I'll get a
yeah.
job. No.
And that was the big thing too. Is like, I just kind of thought like, that's kind of
I mean, I know that that's gonna drive the plot forward. I'm just being
Right.
realistic. I'm just saying that like, no amount of you begging is gonna give you that
Yeah, you're not
address.
gonna do that.
Especially
Hey,
if
look,
you-
our battery's dying.
Especially,
Already? We're
well,
only an hour and 5 minutes in.
well, we kind of had the camera rolling for a while. Testing, guys, testing.
Yeah. So the showdown with Christian Slater and Drexel, when he handed him that envelope and he gave him that speech, and then like it opened it up, he was like, not one penny more, and he opened it up and it was fucking empty. I was like, fucking baller. Like, where did this guy come from? He fucking worked in a comic book store just a few hours ago and couldn't get a date.
Now he's like, yeah.
He's a fucking baller, man. Like, holy shit.
And see, that's like another thing, like how you said you wouldn't let him tell or have let him know the address and all that shit.
But she didn't know that.
Well, here's my
I
my
didn't
thought.
know that.
In a real scenario, do you really think it's going to go down peacefully?
No,
No,
that's why
so
I'm
that's
saying I
why-
wouldn't give him the address.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have given it to him.
In real life, that would not go down peacefully.
No. The
Well,
thing
no, it
is,
didn't
is
go
that
down peacefully.
Well,
That's
The
what I'm
funny
saying.
part about that is if they would have just went off and had their own life together, like left town,
Yeah.
nobody would have been none of the wiser. Like Drexel probably didn't care. Like she said, she'd only worked for him for like 4 days.
Yeah.
He
You
would
think
have
he's
never
gonna
even
give a
noticed
shit?
she was
Yeah,
gone.
he acted
No, he
like
probably
he
would have
didn't know who
noticed,
she
but he'd
was.
probably been like, "Yeah, fuck it. It happens sometimes." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Especially in that business.
yeah. Now, if
Yeah.
it was like one of his older like prostitutes or something, like one of them that's been around for a while,
That's
or
made him a lot.
that's
of
made him a
money.
lot of money, he's gonna be like, "No, that bitch needs to come back."
Yeah.
Like in this case with this girl, he'd be like, he might make a little effort to look for her around the city,
Just find out
but
what happened.
around
to
the
her.
city, like if they left the city, he'd be none the wiser.
Right.
Well,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, no amount of you begging is gonna get that address for you.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
just gonna like leave or whatever. Like, get somebody to wire you some money or something. We're done. I liked when he walked up though and he's like, "I killed him. You want a hamburger?" Like, what?
I killed him. You want a hamburger?
It'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
I'm starving.
I did have on there like, why did Alabama kiss Clarence's dad like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also refer to the music as like music you'd hear in like The Lion King.
Yeah,
That's
I could.
what
Yeah,
it sounds like. Like,
yeah.
like they're getting ready to break into. I can't wait to be king. You know what I mean? Like,
Ken
You know-
just still hasn't seen it.
I will say Clarence's dad, like when he's interacting with Christopher Walken's character, and when he realizes like he's not getting out of there alive, and he starts telling the story about where Sicilians came from because he knows it's gonna piss him off. Like, I guess now we know where Clarence gets his balls from.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is,
He
is
knew
like
he was
Dennis
going
Hopper.
Oh yeah,
and
he knew he
it's
wasn't
so
getting out of there
weird.
alive.
It's so weird seeing Dennis Hopper as like a good guy because usually he plays a bad guy.
He does so well either way though. I
I
mean,
always
I've seen
thought-
him
yeah,
play
he-
both, but
yeah, he could do a really good
I'm watching him
job
this
at
whole
Kick
time,
Ass.
especially in that uniform, and all I'm thinking the whole time is speed.
yeah.
I'm just like looking at his hand, like, no, he's got them 2 fingers, so
Yeah.
you know, like
No,
this isn't speed.
Yeah.
And this is around that time too
Yeah.
that speed had
Oh
come
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So
That's probably why we're getting that vibe.
Yeah, I'm like, well, he's wearing the.
He was
well,
still talking
in the
that way and all
the last climax of Speed. He's wearing that officer's uniform.
Oh yeah.
So it
yeah.
reminded me of that from Speed.
Have you noticed that almost everyone that had died was still breathing?
I did not.
Yeah, if you watch like the first dude that Drexel kills, he's laying there. He's after his gunshot. You can see his chest going up and down.
Well, he may not be dead though, like just because he got shot.
He got shot by a
In the
shotgun,
chest.
close proximity to the chest and to the face.
I don't
Was it
think it was
buckshot?
once either. I'm pretty sure it was twice.
Yeah,
was
he
it?
was like blown the fuck
He
away.
blew him across the
twice.
fucking room.
He was
Oh,
laying there
that's not
in
the guy I was
blood.
thinking
He was
of,
like
then.
this, but you can
No,
see
him
the
and
chest.
Samuel L.
That's
Jackson.
not the guy I was thinking of. No,
Almost everyone that dies, if you look closely after.
I thought you were talking about the
when,
Clarence
like,
shootout. Never mind.
When they're laying there, you can see their chest.
Oh
moving
no,
up
I
and
didn't
down.
notice that.
I notice that sometimes in movies though. I'm like, that dude's breathing.
Yeah,
Like, come on, man. You can't hold your breath for a
play
15
dead better.
You can't hold your
Dead
breath for a
better.
15-second take. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
Like
but
So-
yeah, that was kind of something I noticed.
This also, I think, this era is like where Brad Pitt was probably my favorite.
yeah, whenever he's doing like this, Cool World, fucking
Yeah.
what else
Yeah.
came out back then with him in it? Just
I,
like
I liked him in like Interview with the Vampire and stuff.
interview with
I
yeah.
did. I don't like. I don't know. He's okay in action movies and stuff, but like and like The Mexican was good. I loved the Tales from the Crypt stuff he did. I don't know. I like greasy '90s Brad Pitt.
I like
just
Brad
do.
Pitt in general, man. I like
Yes.
everything he like. Everybody's I don't know why people hate on him so much. Like,
I don't hate
He's not
him.
a bad actor. He's fun to see in movies and shit.
I don't hate him.
And
I
usually he's
just-
good. Got really good comedic timing.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I really liked him in that one movie that we were talking about. And it just came out not too long ago. The one that had Sandra Bullock and
The Lost Kingdom or whatever.
yeah. That one was really good, and like I don't hate him. It's just like this was my favorite era of him.
Right.
But like I have to ask though, like, how did Floyd like know where they were going, where they were staying, and all that? Because like they didn't really see him, like especially at the very beginning. Like they walk in and walk right out, and then somebody asks him like, "Where are they?" And he's like, "Oh, they went to blah blah blah." Like, how did he know?
Well, I think
Yeah, that's a good. I don't know.
You know what I mean? And if they found them the first time, why did they tell Floyd the second time?
he was so high all the time. Maybe he just
He
had
was
a
really
trippy-
high a lot.
Oh my
And I didn't
God.
understand it because like, hold on, this dude can't even remember. This dude probably doesn't even remember to wipe his own ass, but he remembers where the fuck these people are. Like,
I like the second time when James Gandolfini's asking him, and he's like, they went to oh, like,
typical stoner move.
oh
Like,
yeah,
he does it so well too. Like, I think the only other person that could have pulled that role off at that time could have been Keanu Reeves.
oh yeah, probably.
Could you imagine seeing Keanu could have done it just as good.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think that Brad Pitt's a better choice because he looks more Californian.
Oh, for sure, dude.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that my favorite scene with Alabama is the way she reacts to James Gandolfini when she walks in.
Yeah.
Like she walks in, she knows
she
she's
kind of
in
plays it
trouble,
off like, yeah.
but she's giggling, she's laughing.
She gets
she's-
pretty hardcore in that scene though.
Oh yes,
Getting thrown through that fucking shower door and shit and everything
Yep.
else. She gets her ass beat.
oh
Yep.
yeah, big time.
But like she doesn't even blink. She just strides into the room.
Yeah,
and, you know.
my boyfriend, he's a football player,
Mhm.
this and that. You know, like come on now. Like,
But it just says a lot about her too, though.
right.
Like she's got just as much balls as
She's
he
got
does.
balls, yeah, for sure. I don't know if she's got balls or if she's too dumb to realize what kind of danger she's in.
No, I think she has balls. I mean,
Maybe.
she-
Yeah,
she
probably.
doesn't-
I think
she
her and
doesn't-
Christian. That's why it's called True Romance, because these two are just as crazy. You know,
about
like,
each
equally
other.
as-
She knew that if she didn't stay there, and deal with this, it was gonna be worse for Clarence.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like their craziness is for each other,
Oh,
and they'll
for sure.
do anything.
And I love that about this
Yes,
movie, because that's one
yes.
thing I loved about this movie was watching them, and like you said, like you're waiting for this moment where they have a disagreement or they realize maybe they don't love each other as much as they thought they did. That never happens,
Exactly.
and I love that about them. I love the fact that these two people are just head over heels for each other, that they don't even disagree on anything.
Yep.
They just agree on everything together, and they love each other. There's no argument. There's no there's no hiccup in their relationship throughout. Don't get me wrong, there could be later on down the road because let's face it,
Well,
this is a
yeah.
brand new relationship
Sure.
for them. But like especially at first, like whenever they first leave Detroit, they bang in a fucking in a phone
telephone
booth.
Yeah.
So which I thought was great, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you're like, yeah, that right there is the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess to me, like, that it's like so anti Hollywood romance movie. That's
Right.
what I love about it, because it is a romantic movie, but not in that Hollywood romance style, you know, because this doesn't the climax of the movie doesn't have to do with their romance necessarily. The conflict of the movie is not wrapped up in their romance.
Yeah,
It's-
because let's face it, this whole the entirety of this movie rides on these two characters and their relationship. So if you go trying to bog it down with some sort of hiccup in their relationship or some kind of disagreement, or they've if you bog it down too much with and over analyzing their relationship, then you have a boring fucking. That's where the movie kind of like takes a different kind of turn.
It would've failed.
It's not as fun. It's
Yeah.
not as fun at that point. Whereas watching these two and how they're head over heels, madly in love with each other,
that's what makes it work.
is what makes this movie work so
Mm-hmm.
well, because you're like, holy shit, there's none of this like, oh well, they don't like each other as much as they thought they did.
Yeah.
So now we have to concentrate on this whole plot device. No, it's none of that. It's just
And I think-
we want to sell this Coke so we can move to what
Mexico.
Mexico, which don't, by the way, because where they were going is a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
$200,000 is not going to get them very far.
Fuck no.
So I mean, yeah, they'll live on it for a little while, maybe a
Right.
year.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'll give them 2 years.
Yeah, I was about to
back
say
then.
2 years.
Overanalyzing, we're not going to go
Yeah,
there.
either way, like they're not living very long on that money, but either way, they're like, they're just like, I just want to sell this Coke,
He's
get
going to
my
sell
200
comic
grand.
books when they get down there.
Yeah, right. and then move to Mexico with my lovely new bride, and and then
Yeah.
they have a kid at the end or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah. Is that
I
actually
just-
his kid though? Is the question.
Quit it. Yes, it is. Of course it is.
You sure?
Yes,
Could
I
be his
am.
dad.
She did say that he had. Yeah, she did say that she banged 2 other dudes.
No, she
Well,
said it was
sort
her
of.
third date. She never said she banged him.
third customer.
Yeah.
Third customer.
Yeah,
She's
doesn't mean
banging
that she has
him.
to.
She's
She's
banging
she's
him.
a call girl.
She's a call girl.
Yeah.
That's a third customer.
Doesn't
She
have to be
banged him.
banging him.
Maybe.
Is she gonna do love? Sit there and lay their head on her shoulder and cry?
Maybe
No.
that's what the guy wants. Why did Tom Sizemore have to turn out to be such a shit? Because he was such a good actor back in the day.
Who?
Tom Sizemore, he was one of the cops. Remember, he was in a bunch of
He was in
Tarantino
Species.
stuff. Yeah,
Also.
and he was such a good actor back in the day, and then he turned out to be like a fucking creepy bastard.
What happened? What was his deal?
He used to get drunk and beat women and creepy and rapey and stuff. Yeah, he turned out to be a really shitty person.
Yeah, I remember him from Species. And wasn't he in Species 2 also?
I don't remember. I remember him in Species. I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever seen Species 2, honestly.
I remember seeing Species 2 because it brought back what's her face, the girl who played the original Species.
Natasha Hendrich.
Yeah, whatever her name
Henstridge
is.
or Hendrich.
Yeah, the fucking.
She was in The Whole Nine Yards. That's
Yeah,
how
the
I
whole
met
9
her.
yards. Yeah, she was in that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in the second one also. And I mean, he was okay in that, I guess, but
No, but like in the Tarantino stuff he did, he was always
yeah,
so good. And
it's so funny because like he was like your dollar store Michael Madsen at this point.
Yeah,
because
oh,
Michael
yeah.
Madsen
He
pretty
kinda
much
took over
replaced
that- yeah,
him.
he
as
took over
that.
those
They even
roles.
kind of look alike
Yeah.
back in the day. You know,
Yeah, that's pretty
that
much
same
true.
kind of stature and stance and hair and all that shit.
Oh yeah,
So he could have been your Mr. Blonde. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
for
if
sure,
anything.
for sure. Could you imagine being so high, like Floyd was in this movie, that like when the mob walks in, you laugh, like that's the mob, and you're just like, like
This day just got a whole lot scarier.
yeah, like you laugh about it.
Well, this just got interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Oh God. The best thing I love about Tarantino movies though, too, is like he always throws in some kind of character that really loves movies or wants to talk about movies or, has
I do
a
love
big
that.
knowledge of
I do
movies,
love that,
you
yeah.
know. So there's always like that, person that has this.
And for this, it was
Clarence.
Clarence and
Yeah.
his love for kung fu movies.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is pretty great because actually Tarantino is a huge kung fu fan. He loves
Yep.
kung fu movies
Yep.
also.
yep.
So that's a good little.
I like how he does that in every one, and he doesn't always stick with a certain genre or whatever. Like he'll throw different things out there.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, like I just love that. And did you guys know that Val Kilmer was Elvis?
Is that who it was? Because I
That's
saw
what-
Val
was trying to
Kilmer.
find it where
Yeah,
he
I saw
was.
Val Kilmer on the fucking cast list. I'm like, where though? You know,
I have the I don't know, Super Mondo special edition whatever version of this movie, because when it came out, when I think it was Shout did the release for this, I bought it, and it comes with like this big book, so I read it, and yeah, he was Elvis.
yeah, you don't ever get to see his face or anything really. So
Yeah.
it's surprising that Val Kilmer would have taken a role like that. That's like, well, they're not going to see your face though, you know.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I can see Val Kilmer being that type of guy. Like, cool. That means they won't know it's me until one day they'll realize it was me, and they'll be like, holy shit, that was Val Kilmer.
yeah, which makes it more iconic. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's what makes
Yeah.
it better. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
yeah.
To not see his face and not even
Like
know
you
it's
know
him.
he's in. You see him in the credits, and you're just kind of like, where the fuck,
Where the fuck was he? That's the cool thing about back then though, because they didn't have the internet or anything like we have today, where you just see him like on
And
the
if you
rolling.
look on the credits, it says mentor.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't say Elvis.
Mm-mm.
It just says
If
mentor.
you see Val Kilmer and you look on the credits, it says mentor.
That's funny. I said that too. I was like, so Elvis is like his conscience?
Yeah.
I was like, because that's really all he is. He's like his conscience. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, go ahead. Get that gun and go shoot that
kill
motherfucker.
Kill that pip. Kill that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah, that's where I was like,
motherfucker.
oh, he's a sociopath.
No. Not at all.
Just a little bit.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, kind of, I guess he kind of has to be to do what he did, but
Oh, for sure.
fucking
Yeah.
badass, though.
I mean,
Yeah, he
he's
goes in
he's
there with
got
some
voices
balls,
in his
man.
head and an image of a guy, and yeah, that's not a sociopath.
So
Yeah, I
we
guess
didn't
kinda.
even
Yeah.
really touch on what's his face. Goddamn, what's his name? He was essentially their coke, not the buyer,
Oh,
but what was his
In
name?
between,
Oh.
Yeah, their middleman. Was it Pete? Petey?
No, hold on.
No, that was the producer, wasn't it?
yeah,
Dick Ritchie.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Like, say, okay, so back,
Michael Rappaport played him.
yeah, see, back in the day, you saw that dude everywhere, because he was
Beverly
on
Hills
a TV
Cop.
show.
Yeah,
he was
Beverly
the
Hills
gay,
Cop.
gay,
And what?
gun dealer.
He was in Beverly Hills Cop. He was that gun dealer.
Yeah, yes,
My cousin.
yeah. You saw him everywhere in the 90s,
Yeah.
dude. Whatever happened to that fucking guy?
He was in a show I used to watch, The War at Home, maybe. That shit was funny, but I don't remember when that was.
I don't know either. I just
don't know.
I remember back in the 90s seeing him everywhere and then just not seeing him
I
anymore.
always liked how he talked too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, in Beverly Hills. he
Oh,
was
and
cracking me
fucking
up.
Bronson Pinchot. Like you used to see him all the time too.
Who's that?
The fucking narc. The guy gets pinched and then they pull him over and he's got the coke and she breaks the bag open. It's all over
That's
his
her
face.
name?
Huh?
What's her name?
Bronson Pinchot.
That's her?
No, the guy that gets pulled over.
That's the middleman. The guy we're talking about.
No.
That's who I was talking
Oh,
about.
Yeah,
that's who you were talking. Oh, I
about.
thought you were talking about Clarence's friend.
Oh, no.
no,
No, because he was also in.
That's where I was going with the
Oh.
Beverly Hill gay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he would. No,
That's
never
why
mind.
you were throwing
I
me
thought
off.
you were-
When you were talking about, I was like, wait, what?
No. I was
So
messed up.
Bronson, that
Bronson
guy.
Pinchot.
Him.
Yeah, that's
That's
his
the
name.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the guy
who
we're
we were
talking
Yeah.
about.
No,
Yeah,
I
the middle
thought.
guy.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I got.
I know
messed
who you're talking about. You're talking about the dude.
Dick
he was
Ritchie
in.
is
Yeah, he
Michael
was.
Rappaport. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he was in Romeo and Juliet, which, by the way, I have not seen
I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like that, dude? I
No.
love that movie. I haven't
Really?
seen it in years, and I'm like, I kind of miss it.
I probably should watch it again, maybe, but I didn't like
It's
it.
so colorful and like just so
Yeah.
good, man. Like that's one movie that I was like back in the day. John Leguizamo was like prime.
No, it is colorful and it's. I mean,
It's
it's
very
very
oversaturated.
beautifully shot.
Yeah, it's oversaturated as fuck, but like it's just a fun movie.
I don't
and
like Romeo and Juliet though. Like I don't like the story.
I don't give a fuck either about Romeo and Juliet, but like that movie is just really good. Like it's just a really good movie.
So yeah, whatever.
That's
I
what
have
we
to
need
like
to-
the story to like the movie.
I mean, I do like the story, I guess, but
I
like the
don't like
movie
the
itself
story.
is what makes it fun, and like the way they talk with the old, the Shakespearean, dialect and things like that. That's what makes it fun.
Okay.
I think we should throw that one in the box.
You go right
No.
ahead. I'm gonna hate.
What do you
fucking
mean, no?
Just like La La Land, I'm gonna hate watching that one too.
I love La La Land. Hater.
I've
only seen it once.
To
but-
be honest, I've never.
You've
seen
never
it.
seen it and you're
No.
hating on it?
I
Listen
just
to
don't
you.
want to watch it.
Listen to you. Listen to you.
Being a baby about
Yeah.
I will
You are
not
being a
watch
baby.
it.
You don't want to watch
it. I
it.
don't want to watch it.
I don't like it.
I don't want to
You've
do
never.
it.
It's like you're like a 7-year-old that's never tried something before. Like I don't want to try. I don't like it.
It looks
like it.
gross.
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody got all their notes
Yeah, my
Third.
notes are done.
done. Okay.
Let's run out this bitch.
Yeah, I'm
so,
done.
all right. So, who wants to do the rating first? You want to go first, Eric?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, my pros, good gore, comedic relief here and there, good action. My cons, we kind of already went over. I said I kind of felt rushed in the scenes. Felt like the movie could have been a little bit longer with more dialogue with other characters. So, I gave it 7 out of 10 for me. It's kind of where
That
I'm
was
at
me.
with it.
No, I'm getting the.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing my
I
job.
thought you were like, my
Jesus
phone vibrated. I
Christ.
thought you were like looking at your phone thinking it was you.
So, yeah,
No.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. How about you, Joseph?
Chris was letting me know that the show, the 4th season of You comes out tomorrow.
Good.
Just so you're aware.
I'm not interested. Enjoy.
We'll have Jeremiah put it on your TV when you're not looking.
Yeah.
He-
Jeremiah will watch it.
No, he's not watched any of it.
Oh, he hasn't seen any of it.
No, just
Oh.
put it on there for when you get ready to sit down.
He won't.
So it's my rating now.
You're up.
So this movie had a lot of greatness. Christopher Walken, Dennis Hopper, all the other movie stars, all these what?
I thought I lost my pen.
Oh, you're like,
I was like, where the fuck you go?
so, man, where do you start? So, the dialogue, the music, the story itself. It's not like the most complicated story,
No.
but it's a great one.
I think that's part of the beauty
Yeah,
of
it's really part of the beauty of it. It's not over. You don't have to think too much about this. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think Christian Slater kills it. Patricia Arquette definitely kills it.
Oh yeah. There's great acting. All
Yeah, there's a
around.
lot of great acting in this movie. A lot of heavy hitting movie stars, especially some that are huge today, like Brad Pitt, and seeing some of these guys play in their earlier roles, is pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think I gotta give it a little bit higher rating than I did 7. It's
Yeah, you're
more-
a dick.
Yeah, it's more like.
You're a dick. Listen, you're a dick.
I mean,
No,
with-
it's your
with the
rating.
acting-
You do what
with
you
the
got to do,
acting
but
and
you're wrong.
everything
I think.
kinda
Well,
brought
this
it
is also
up,
your first
so-
time watching it, so I could see
Yeah.
you being like, "Yeah, 7." But I think if you went back and rewatched,
I
you'd probably
didn't
be like,
put a whole lot of notes because I was more into the movie instead of writing down. So
I had to catch
go
myself
back-
on that.
I had to go back and write notes later, but yeah, I think actually probably more like an 8.
"God damn you!"
I think it's dead.
Yeah, it might have just died.
Oh, I think. Well, then why is it taking pictures?
I don't know.
Because it hates me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but so I might give it more of an 8ish.
8ish.
8.
Right, we're gonna
Se-
need a. We're gonna
se-
need a
7
solid.
7.8. I'll go there. 7.8.
We go 0.5s.
Fuck your 0.5. All right, I'll give it an 8 since it's closer to the 8ish
Okay,
range.
but we don't do ishes either.
It's 8.
We don't do issues.
Hey, I'm just trying.
We don't do
We've
issues.
set
Ish,
the
ish,
scale,
ish.
have we not? It's 0.5s and no ishes.
Yeah, there are like I think Matt tried to give it like a
7.2.
0.2 or like 0.25. I'm like, we're not doing all that. Like if we're gonna do that, we might as well go like 1 out of 20. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
1 out of 100. Like what's the point there?
I'll give
This
it
one's
an
a 12.
8ish. I'll give it an 8ish.
He doesn't listen.
It's 8.
He's your brother.
I know. All right, so it's an 8.
So I'm gonna go with I love the movie. I think everybody does great in this movie. I don't even know where I was, where I left off. I got distracted as usual.
You do get distracted a lot.
I did my job.
So, but I'm gonna go with an 8 also on this. I was actually gonna go 7.5, but the more we talked about it,
That's kind of where it was for me.
and I was like, man, this really is a good fucking movie. Like, you can't hate on this movie. It's just really fucking good. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go with an 8 also. Like, that's high for me. Like, that's really
Yeah.
high. Like, I don't give 8s to a lot of fucking movies.
Neither do I.
But for this, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with an 8 also. I just think that it's a well-rounded, well-made, well-written movie with great dialogue. I mean, especially this, like I said, one of the best scenes in the whole movie is Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper in the trailer. That is one of the best scenes of this entire movie. Everything between Clarence and Patricia Arquette, it's not annoying. Like, and it could easily be a very annoying thing to watch throughout this 2-hour movie, but it's not. It's fun, and you love watching them together, and it works. So I'm gonna go with an 8 on this. I agree.
Well, yeah, obviously I picked this movie for a reason. I've been thinking about it for a long time because I don't even remember what prompted me, but I was thinking about the next year and what we were going to be doing for the podcast, and I was thinking about I think it was during Halloween when we were doing all of the horror movies because it was Halloween. And I was thinking, like what other holidays we would, maybe do that kind of stuff for. And this one popped in my head, and I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, because there aren't really a lot of, like, good Valentine's Day type movies.
Right. And I was like,
and this would be a good Valentine's Day
movie. Well, in my
movie.
mind, I was like, shit, I don't like anything. I don't like romantic movie. I don't like lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
I don't like any of that
It's something
shit.
that, I don't know if a lot of you have realized yet or not, but you motherfucker.
Now I think it is dead.
It's dying, yes. Get fucked, dude. You know what? Next week, people will have a new battery, and you'll see us for the whole show. This week, I'm saying fuck it.
But yeah, I don't like romance. I don't like 99% of romantic movies and lovey-dovey bullshit. I don't want anything to do with. So I was racking my brain and trying to figure out, well, what can I watch? And then I was like, well, duh, like you love that movie, know?
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about this one for a long time, and and this was also one that Jeremiah had never seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he'd never seen it. I mean, he saw it before this, because when he said he'd never seen it, I was like, what? We have to fix that. And
I don't think Crystal's ever seen this one either.
Oh.
She didn't watch it, though.
yeah, well, she should probably do that.
I think it's one that she could probably get into.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so there's that. And then of course the storytelling is amazing. I mean, it's not just obviously their love story, but like, the action in it and the comedy, the timing, the pacing, all of it is good. Like you said, the music somehow sets the tone.
It does. It helps move you through the movie in
Yeah.
a way that a lot of other music couldn't.
It's just strange because it sets this tone that it really shouldn't set, but
yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
somehow.
right. It's a very weird type of music to make for like the center point of this movie. Like it's like I said, it's like that. Like, God, I don't even know what instrument it is. It's the
Those steel drums. Is that what you're talking about?
Is it? No, it's not the steel drums. It's the it would be the xylophone.
Oh yeah,
Xylophone.
yeah.
So like it's that, and I'm like, it's something that you'd hear right like during the Lion King where he's about like I said, ready to sing.
I think of the Little Mermaid. Like
or the
Under
Little Mermaid.
Sea,
Yes, exactly. The
yeah.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something
And
with paradise kind of thing.
Yeah.
something more tropical or something like that.
Yeah.
Or exotic, I would say.
Yeah.
And so for like this, it's like. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
but it really
sets the tone.
it really helps out the movie.
Uh-huh.
And it really honestly, I think if it wasn't for that music, this movie probably would be a 7 or a 7.5.
Yeah.
Because that music really, really just helps the movie and set that tone.
I think.
Well, they did end up on a beach at the end of the movie.
They did, yes.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason that soundtrack is what it is. Is like
Right.
it's supposed to be pushing you towards the end goal.
Right.
Right. I think the best thing about this movie, though, is honestly the acting that goes with that story. All of the actors, obviously they're A-listers, but like all of them, every single one of them brought their A game, and they all did their fucking job.
And the funny part,
Regardless of
who
how-
directed this?
Tony Scott, same guy that did Natural Born Killers.
See, that's the thing is like for a movie like this, you wouldn't think like he
No,
wasn't
wait,
a well.
Did he do Natural Born Killers?
I don't know.
I don't
who did.
remember.
But for a guy that you're like,
That's gonna
you
bother me
really
now.
didn't know who he was in Hollywood. Like he didn't have a huge name in Hollywood. He comes in and does this and manages to get all these like actors on board. You know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's true.
'Cause
But
let's face it,
no,
back then-
Oliver Stone did. Duh, how did
Oh,
I not
Oliver
fuck-
Stone.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
duh.
that's why all these actors are in it.
Fucking
Then
duh.
it's Oliver Stone.
No,
That's
no,
why.
no. Natural Born Killers. Tony
Oh,
Scott
okay.
did True Romance. No, I was confused about Natural Born Killers.
Oh, yeah. See, because like, I could see like if it was Tarantino now, but like Tarantino back then, not even that. You know what I mean? Because like he wasn't a well-known
Well, I
writer or
can't
director
speak
then
for
either.
everyone, but the script drew in a lot of people. I can tell you that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could see that.
But
then.
like, I'm just saying, they all brought their A game, regardless of whether they were in the movie for 5 minutes or the whole movie. Like, they were all spot on with what they were doing. So, and again, like this is high for me, but this is honestly probably one of my top 10 movies of all time, just because there's not a lot of movies that make me feel lovey-dovey, but this is one of them, because it's like, oh look, there are people out there that look
you can be
love
a
each
prostitute and find love
other.
too.
Yeah, like they love each other
You can
and
be a
no, they
sociopath
don't
and find
care.
love, too.
They don't care. Nothing matters. They're gonna go get married even though they've only known each other for a few hours. Like, who cares, right? Like, that's beautiful.
Sure, yeah, I guess
It's beautiful.
And,
I'm not saying I would do it, but good luck
and a
to anybody that
sociopathic
does.
like dreamland maybe.
Yeah.
I'm saying good luck to anyone that does.
I mean, if you're
but,
a sociopath,
if it
get
works
you a
out,
call girl.
if
you're
it
a call
works
girl,
out
find
for you,
a
I'm happy
sociopath.
for you. It's a beautiful story. That's all I'm saying. 8.5.
That's pretty high.
It is pretty high.
She had to go higher than us.
Yeah,
She
that's what it
$1
was.
us.
Oh, that gave it an 8. I got to go higher than that.
I was
This
gonna
is
go
my pick.
9, but I was
So
like,
I can say, well,
that's
fuck
too-
you guys.
I was gonna go 9, but I was like, that's almost too perfect. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
don't know about
that.
no 9.
She
Yeah, I
50
can't do
cented
that.
us.
Yeah, yeah, dude. What it is? She's like, see now I can still bash on. She's like, see, you guys don't like anything that I
Yeah.
do. 8's not good enough. Everything I pick, you don't like it.
This was an easy one though.
No, it might not have been. Somebody out there, there are people out there that don't like this movie.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah, but they're wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
But no, I'm saying, like,
They're
this was
probably
an easy
asking if
one
you've seen the
for
right show.
us, is what I'm saying. Like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do? Like, this would be a dumb thing for me to say, like, oh, you're not gonna like this one. Like, I knew you guys were gonna like this one. I don't have to worry about it. This one's an easy one.
It's an easy one.
Yeah.
I knew you guys were gonna like this
I
one.
don't have to worry about this one. So, for the critics, what do you guys think that was?
Oh, critics, it's probably still gonna be a fucking. I'm going.
I think it's still gonna
90.
be high.
I'm going 90.
Oh man, 90s.
Critic score.
That's pretty close, I bet. I'm going $1 down him and go 89.
He's closer.
Damn.
Aha!
What is it?
93.
Damn.
Oh, I was right there.
What do you think about the audience?
Audience, I'm going to go 83. Aha! Making him think. Maybe I just took his number.
See, this one's an older one. I'm gonna go $1 higher. Go 84.
You're closer.
Fuck.
It's 93.
Really? 93 across the
altogether.
board, huh?
Damn.
All right.
See?
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
I'm literally
I
showing
don't
you.
believe you.
That's not even the right
That's
movie.
not the right score. I swear to God.
Boy, I really hate that you guys can't see us anymore. These assholes are fucking pissing me off.
Gonna pull
What's the
Matt.
critics'
I'm trying to-
consensus?
She's gonna pull
I'm trying
Matt.
to
She's gonna
find-
start flipping out.
Like, yeah. This
She's
is gonna be a
mad
tough
on
one.
the Weird
Fueled by
Al.
Quentin Tarantino's savvy screenplay in a gallery of oddball performances, Tony Scott's True Romance is a funny and violent action jaunt in the best sense.
Okay.
That's the critics' consensus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's a critic? Bad review.
I'm trying to find one.
Not a critic. You want the user reviews. Those are the best ones because they're idiots.
Okay, here's one. The Sting is a Lord, King, Lord, King.
What?
That's what it says.
Third best one so far. What does it say? The Sting is a Lord, King, Lord, King.
That's literally what it says.
My brain hurts.
Yeah.
Well, I think their brain hurts. I don't think it's all there.
I mean, if that's the only, and I'm not finding.
Maybe they just wanted to put something just to fuck with people's mind, because that's the only thing I can make sense out of that. Let's just see what people think of this.
Yeah, right.
Okay, guys,
I mean, people
I
are
am
just sitting there
4 pages
dumbfounded.
deep.
And you're not finding any negatives.
I'm not.
It
Finding,
does have a 93%.
Well, it's just like
though.
the
I'm not
Matrix.
finding anything below 4 stars.
It's just like the Matrix.
Well, it's got a 93%. You're not gonna find very many with.
Wait, here we go. 1 star.
Is it an actual one?
Waste of time of a movie.
That's it.
That's
Yep.
it?
Jesus
I mean,
Christ. He probably
That's,
didn't even
that's
watch
his
it.
opinion, I guess.
That was a Nina M. October
Nina.
31st of 2020.
Shut the fuck. She must be a Gen Zer.
Well, Nina, you're wrong.
Yeah, go back to your Gen Z fucking. I
Okay,
don't know, happy
February
woke party.
22nd, 2020. This one didn't even put a name on it, so I'm sure you're real proud of yourself. 2 stars. Dated and laboriously unbelievable. Slater over the top. Brad Pitt wasted. Not a great story. A cartoon with very little reward.
Okay. Sometimes those are the most over the top movies are sometimes the best movies because they're over the top.
Well,
That's the
and
point, dude.
I guess that would mean that you don't like these kind of movies. So then just don't watch these kind of movies.
Yeah, just don't watch. Just like I
That-
said
that
earlier,
is literally
you don't
the
like
kind of
it,
movie
don't
it
look at
is,
it.
So don't watch it.
Yeah.
So I've found like 3, and that's gonna be it. So the first one was my favorite.
Lord,
The
Lord.
fuck does
King,
that
King.
mean?
Lord, King, Lord, King.
I'm not sure what they were trying to do
I have
there.
no idea.
Okay, so
Who's
do we want to
Lord
do?
King?
Yeah, do we want to do recast or trivia first?
Let's do the recasting. Or no. Hold on. Yeah, let's do the recasting first.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Jason.
Eric,
Fuck.
I always go first, man. You go first. Who you got? Let's see what you got, and then I'll work off of it. How
Man,
about
I
that?
really don't have anything on this. I don't know how to recast it because there's so many people in this already.
Right.
How do you recast?
I only picked the main players,
Okay, so
like people who drew the plot, like drew it forward.
Right.
I guess I would more go towards a horror movie and make more Christian Slater more of a sociopathic killer.
Oh, that's neat.
So who would I pick for that? You know what? I'd pick Matthew Lillard.
If you're going that route, dude, you might as well say natural born killers.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's what it is.
I guess.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
kind of.
I mean, if you think about it, they're not far from that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I guess.
what is that you're going with? Like Woody Harrelson and fucking Juliette Lewis.
Okay, so Matthew Lillard as
No,
Christian Slater.
There's stuff in trivia.
Oh,
Shit. Female.
yeah, these days, who says it's got to be female?
Who's the other guy that played the Scream character?
Oh,
Oh, Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah,
Ulrich.
put this. That'd be their love.
reunited and it feels so good.
No.
What's your motive?
I'd have to go with like another female, but make her more of a, I guess, psycho.
Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Man, who would be a good psycho woman
Well, there's a few out there.
that would go good with
Uh,
Matthew Lillard?
With Matthew Lillard. Oh, I don't know. know. That's a good question, actually. I can't really think of too many that would fit the bill with him. I mean, if you think about it, I'm thinking that Patricia Arquette is about his age.
Yeah.
They're about the same age.
And she
Yeah.
could pull it off. So I mean,
She's well-rounded enough. She'd
yeah.
be
Yeah.
fine.
So maybe just keep her in that.
Or even go with like, what's her name? From Raising Arizona.
Holly
Oh.
Hunter,
Is that her name? The girlfriend or the woman?
the wife.
Yeah,
Holly Hunter.
yeah. I'd go with her.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Hurry
her-
up! I'm in Dutch with the wife.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, I could see her being crazy.
Or it's not the same woman. It's what's her face from what's the movie where say Nicolas Cage, where they win a lottery. What was his wife's name?
Oh, fuck.
The Mexican lady. What's her name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I can't remember her fucking name. She's been in a bunch of shit. She was also in White Men Can't Jump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, none of this is. I'm drawing a blank.
I know who you're talking about.
I can't
though.
remember her
think
name,
of
but she'd be good for that because she's got that crazy ass mentality.
Yeah, she could be.
You want to hear my picks?
Yeah, let's go with your picks. But you kind of get where I'm going at with it.
I do. I get where you're going. I'm taking a different route though. I'm gonna go with so for Clarence, I'm going with Vince Vaughn,
Okay.
and for what's her name?
Patricia.
Alabama.
is totally gonna be I'm thinking. I've drawn a blank on his name. His name.
Oh,
God damn it! What's his fucking name? Wedding
What's he-
Crashers.
Owen
Oh,
Wilson.
Owen
Owen Wilson. Yeah, Owen Wilson. I'm going with Vince Vaughn. Owen Wilson.
So
It's like it's not gonna be true romance. It's gonna be true bromance.
okay.
Wedding Crashers. mixed
Wedding
with
Crashers. Like only
True
instead
Romance.
they kill a pimp. They crash a wedding. They find a bunch of coke.
Owen Wilson's.
They're like,
tall
let's
boy.
run away to Mexico together and live out our fucking wet dreams on the beach, not as a couple, but as bros because it's true bromance. And that's
Gotcha.
it's a love story, but it's a bromance story.
Gotcha.
So
It's about bros.
okay, so instead of being a call boy, he had been more of like a. You call this person to go hang out with another guy.
No, they're just bros to begin with, dude.
Oh, just start out.
yeah, they meet at a wedding,
start
man.
out as-
They meet
okay.
at a wedding. They're bros. They accidentally kill a pimp at the wedding, but they get all of his coke. They want to sell the coke for, a lot less than it's worth to move to Mexico because they're bros. They're like, or stepbrothers even. That's even better. I'm going with that. Will Ferrell, fucking, and John C. Reilly. True bromance, those two. They meet.
Step Brothers
Okay,
sequel.
so at the Catalina
The
wine
Step-
mixer.
the Step Brothers sequel.
Step
Yeah,
Brothers sequel.
this is the Step Brothers sequel. True bromance. Okay, yeah, I totally changed it.
We
It's
need
definitely
to-
going
we
to
need
be
to
Will
pitch
Ferrell,
that-
John C.
We
Riley,
need to pitch
True
that to Will
bromance.
Ferrell. I guarantee he'd
Yeah,
probably.
that's
all
what it's
for
going to be
that.
called. Step Brothers 2, True Bromance.
Yeah, he would probably be all about that too.
Oh, for sure. He's like, yes, I love this idea.
This
So
is a great pitch.
they're DJing at the Catalina wine mixer because they're DJs. Remember?
Yep.
They have a DJ business. They're at the Catalina wine mixer. They accidentally kill a pimp and obtain all of his coke. They sell all the coke because they're still into getting their record label off the ground.
Prestigious worldwide.
Exactly. I'm into
And
this.
this
I
is
like
how
this
they start
idea.
getting their record label going.
And let's face it, because at this point they're true friends. They don't argue about shit, except for their drum set.
And they killed him with the katana.
Yeah, with the
That
katana.
had-
Yeah.
What's the actor's name?
No, it wasn't an actor. It was the dude who did was on American Idol.
Yeah, American Idol. Ryan Seacrest.
No, it wasn't
No.
Ryan Seacrest. It was the big black dude.
Simon.
No. It was the big black dude who he
Oh.
was one of the finalists on.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember his fucking name. Karen's just looking at us like, you idiots.
I don't know who you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
The guy.
What guy? That's on the sword? It's it was like an old American Idol.
I never watched American Idol.
I didn't either, but I remember this guy.
Oh.
He's the big black dude because he was tied with the other guy the one year. It was a big thing. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
You're really helping me, man. Cause like,
sorry, dude. Like,
he had hair like the other guy.
Yeah, had hair. They had hair. Yeah. Well, the one ended up being gay eventually. They came out as gay.
I think I know that one, Clay Aiken.
Yeah, Clay Aiken. And
I
then
only know that because he's like a country guy now or something.
Clay
isn't he?
Aiken, and then
Randy Jackson.
Randy Jackson. That's his
There
name.
you go.
Randy
Judge
Jackson.
Randy Jackson signed Step Brothers Samurai Sword.
Yeah.
So is he the pimp?
No, he's the guy that signed his samurai sword.
Oh, so who's the
he,
pimp?
He gets killed by the sword.
Who's the? That's a good idea. Who is the pimp? I'm gonna go with
Wanda Sykes.
Good choice. I like that. Wanda
That's
Sykes.
good.
Yes,
That's good.
Wanda
And
Sykes
she's
is
a
the
fucking
pimp.
loudmouth at the fucking
Right.
Catalina
Yeah,
wine mixer.
yeah, Wanda Sykes. And then, but who's hunting them? I don't really know. I don't know where to go with that one. The only thing, I don't know why, but the Harlem Globetrotters kept
Okay,
popping
you
into
know
mind.
the SNL.
I don't know why.
You know-
Theme, like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters,
Okay,
man.
the
Like,
SNL skit with Pete Davidson where they're doing that skeet your whatever.
skeet your
Yeah,
skeet
that
your.
one. Those two guys are the fucking bounty hunters coming after them.
Okay, so the Island Boys.
Yes, the Island.
The Island Boys are coming after them. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I'm an island boy.
Where they show up at the beach at the end of the movie.
That's why we keep getting the Rasta
Xylo-
music.
Yeah, instead of xylophones, it's actually fucking steel drums.
I'm just an island boy.
Oh God.
We might have went a little.
The closer
Okay,
they
we
get,
went way
the
off.
closer they get, the louder the steel drums get.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the main
Jumanji.
character's like, where the fuck is that music coming from?
Oh, this got really stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. I think screw that Island Boy thing, but
Definitely
we
going with
had
the
a
Step
good
Brothers
pitch.
True Bromance.
Yeah, and Wanda Sykes is the pimp.
Wanda Sykes is the pimp. I don't know why, but Wanda Sykes is so much fun to cast.
Yeah,
She is.
Her and then
'Cause
anybody
you
from
can
It's
almost
Always Sunny.
cast her in just about anything.
Could you imagine her in It's Always Sunny? Like,
as the waitress.
no, not as the waitress, but like as another character, just another character,
Oh yeah.
in and of it herself. Like,
Speaking of which, couldn't Dennis and Mac be the bounty hunters?
They could.
terrible ones, but
Well,
yeah.
Dennis is like all for it, obviously, because he's a psycho, and Mac keeps fucking it up.
Charlie.
Well, where's Charlie come in?
Charlie would be with him because at the end when he says,
Well,
"Wild
they
card
come
bitches,"
later, like because they realize, where the fuck is Dennis and Mac, so then they board a plane and they're tagging along trying to find him. And,
And then D,
Charlie
what
would
is
be
D?
the one fucking everything up.
D's already at the fucking beach.
She's already at the beach.
Yeah,
Like, what up, bitches?
yeah. She got there before anybody else.
Right.
I said Charlie would be the one fucking everything up.
So this is our movie. This is our pitch.
Yeah.
Step Brothers, True Bromance.
Yes.
Yep, I'm going with it. That's it.
Mine was just a recast because I'm keeping everything else the same.
You would.
So since I didn't really buy Christian Slater because he's not a geek. So I picked Jay Baruchel.
Who's that?
He is trying to think of something you might recognize him from. Actually, I'll just find a picture. He's gonna have to buff up a little if we're gonna believe he's a badass, though. Like he's gonna have to do a little work, but you can totally believe he's a fucking
Oh.
yeah.
Dude from fucking he's in a lot of Will Ferrell stuff.
No, not Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, but
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen stuff.
Talking about tall,
this is
skinny
the
guy?
end.
Yeah, tall, skinny guy, dark hair.
She's out of my league.
Yep,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Him.
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, so I cast him. He's gonna have to do some work though, if we're gonna
Okay.
believe he's a badass.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
you have
saying.
to put on a little weight.
It's gonna be easy to believe he's a dork, but we're gonna have to do some work to believe that he's a badass.
but he's such a like. I wouldn't say passive, but he doesn't come off as that. He could pull off that kind of character.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna have to work on the badass part.
Oh, see,
but I can believe,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I can believe that he can't get a date and that
Not even the
he's-
badass, just like kind of the crazier moments part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that I think that's part of the Christian Slater thing though, because Christian Slater does crazy like nobody.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying, maybe he doesn't do that because I think that was mostly just Christian Slater being that character, but being a badass.
Yeah, 'cause if you look at it like this, Christian Slater is not a great actor. He's a good actor,
No, he's just.
but he doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to
just
play
trying
a
to
character.
be Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, yeah. He's not a character actor.
He's just trying to be Jack Nicholson. If you look at Christian Slater, he
Yeah.
plays every character as if he's Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah. He's a younger Jack Nicholson.
So, but what I'm saying is that if Jay Baruchel's playing the character, he's going to play it like Jay Baruchel would play it, but we need him to work on the badass part. Like, we need him to work on, you're going to have to probably buff up a little, get some protein shakes, make it believable that you can kick this guy's ass, but also you're a geek.
Yeah, but also don't squirm around like a little bitch whenever you do.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
That's
So,
that's,
so
that's
who's your
what I'm getting-
female pick?
Well, that's where it's kind of funny because you guys were talking about Juliette Lewis. She's the only one I could think of. If it's not going to be,
Like younger Juliet? Yeah. From
Younger.
From Dusk Till Dawn, Juliet Lewis.
yeah.
Or
Well,
Natural Born
like-
Killers.
Yeah, like in that era,
Yeah.
Natural Born Killers type
Yeah.
era, when she was
Gotcha.
younger, because she's the only one, if it's not Patricia Arquette, she's the only other one I could think of that has that Swedish, kind of like I can be sweet.
I can be sweet, but I can also play crazy.
and I can kick your ass if I need to.
Hear me out. How about Christina Ricci?
Yeah, maybe.
She can play crazy.
Yeah. I could see that one too.
Yeah,
a
she
little.
play badass too.
She can play crazy, man. She's. I don't know if you guys have seen Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
like-
about her younger years. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Well, look at her in
Well,
Black
you know
Snake.
what?
Black Snake Moan.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because I didn't even think about that one from that
Like,
movie.
She
yeah.
does really well. She was also in the new the new Wednesday show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think she's going to be as. Yeah, no, she can because
I'm
of
really,
Black
I'm
Black
really
Snake
thinking
Moan.
about
yeah.
like sweet though, because
she can play
Alabama was
sweet.
so sweet.
Yeah,
Okay,
she can
who,
be
know?
sweet
who
though
played
too.
the little girl in Halloween? Was it 2?
Oh, Danielle Harris.
Yeah. What about
Oh,
her?
she would be good. Yeah, she'd be another good one. Yeah.
Dude, that is the most.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I agree. She would be good, but I don't know if I've
I
ever.
was obsessed with her.
I don't
for
know if
long.
I've ever
Like-
seen her play somebody sweet though.
She's
She's always played somebody either badass or like.
Yeah, she's always
crazy.
been. I wouldn't say she's ever really played crazy too much. It's always been like badass or like something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's never been. She's always kind of like that bad girl, or you know what I mean.
'Cause I'd say the
Never-
most defining characteristic for Alabama is she's so sweet.
Innocent,
Like she
sweet,
just
yeah.
wants,
I wouldn't
to-
say innocent, but
maybe not innocent, but she's so sweet. Like she, when she
yeah,
meets people,
she's very
she's
endearing.
instantly.
Yeah. People are instantly attracted to her.
Yeah, like when she,
They're like,
you
"Oh,
know,
she's
she
so
meets,
nice and
she
so
meets
sweet."
I'd be
Clarence's
very
friends, and
attracted
she
to
meet,
Danielle Harris.
well, like when she
Saying.
meets,
Right.
when she meets, or when she calls, or when she's on the phone with Clarence's friend, she's like, he says you're his best friend, so I guess that makes you my best friend too.
Yeah.
Like she's just so sweet, and so I'd say
I don't
that's
know
like,
who else could play that. I was just thinking of somebody.
Somebody's got a bubbly attitude.
but not too
Well,
bubbly because she's still badass.
Back in the day, you could almost argue Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, that's true.
So, because if you think about it, it's got to be somebody that almost comes off to be out of his league.
That's true.
So
And Cameron
Cameron
can
Diaz
play
could
that.
be that.
That's true.
But not like back the mask Cameron Diaz. I'm talking like, I would say more like, I don't know, later on with like, I would say Charlie's Angels Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, I could
Something
see
like that. You know, like not that character, but I mean like that age for her.
Yeah.
And that sort of.
Yeah, I can see
Was
that.
that her that played in the movie with Ashton Kutcher, where Ashton Kutcher was a spy?
That was
No, that was
Okay.
what was that movie?
Oh, you
wait.
know who else would have been good? Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy would have been.
she
Oh,
would-
for sure. yeah, that's a good
damn,
cast
that's
there.
a good one.
That is a good one. That is a really good one. Or actually,
Oh.
Drew Barrymore from
Oh,
back
fuck
then.
yeah.
From back then, Drew
Yeah.
Barrymore would have been a good choice because
Man,
she actually
I
almost.
fucked up on that one.
Honestly, she comes off as actually that.
Drew Barrymore's perfect.
She would have
That's
been
who I
perfect for
should've
that.
picked.
Yeah.
And Drexel, I'm not recasting.
No,
No, fuck that. It's Gary Oldman,
I'm
man.
not
Yeah.
recasting that one.
The only way to recast him is to put an actual black dude in there.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
no.
you can't replace him with another white dude.
Well, no, but you can't replace him at all. I don't think you
I don't
just
think you
can't
could.
because it's funnier. It's better that
Pauly Shore.
it's Gary Oldman.
No, fuck no.
No, it's better that it's Gary Oldman. It's better that it's a white dude who thinks he's black who's playing a pimp. Who?
That's even what she said. She goes, "Is he black?" She's like, he thinks he is.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, is this White Boy Tuesday?" And you're like, "Dude,
So White Boy Tuesday. He's like, "It's not White Boy Tuesday. No,
yeah,
no, boss, it's not White Boy Tuesday."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
you are white, dude.
yeah." And then Floyd, because I feel like Floyd helped push that narrative a little bit, would be Noah Segan, which played the exact same character in The Glass Onion. So I feel like he could do it. He was that Daryl guy where they're like, just ignore him. He's just here because he's going through a rough time with his wife.
Oh, yeah. That dude was awesome in The Glass Onion.
Oh
though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
It's
like,
he
"Do
could
you want to
be-
hang out?
Yeah, he could be the new Floyd.
Do you want to hang out?" Like,
Elliot, who is Bronson Pinchot, the narc.
Yeah.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse. I don't know how you say his
Glass, I
name.
think. Trying to put a face to him. I know exactly.
McLovin.
Yeah, McLovin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
whiny little bitch. You know, like he always plays.
Yeah, okay, I can see
characters
that.
like that.
Either that or Jesse Eisenberg.
You know who?
No, he can be likable.
You know
like
who
he's
I
he's
would,
done some really like likable people in the past. You know,
That's
like
true, I
Now
guess.
You See Me, the zombie,
Zombieland.
Zombieland.
Now,
Yeah.
now that
Fuck.
you mentioned that, you know who I'd pick as your the producer? Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I would
yeah.
pick
No.
Jonah Hill
I agree.
for that producer.
Yeah.
Zach Braff.
I like Jonah Hill more.
Jonah Hill's too likable.
Or Zach Galifianakis.
No, he's so douchey in some shit.
Uh,
Like in
Yeah, but
what was that?
Zach
This
Braff
is the end.
such an insufferable.
Or
prick.
like I said, Zach Galifianakis as the producer.
I know he's too likable too.
No, I don't know.
no.
Have you ever watched Between Two
Yeah,
Ferns?
Between Two
Yeah, but
Ferns.
he's a dick, but like he's not a dick though. You know what I mean? Like,
he's
not a
dick in a very enduring way.
Yeah. Like you love
guess.
that he's a dick.
I guess. Yeah.
But
Okay,
Zach Braff
okay,
is
well, what
he
about,
is
Will
so
Ferrell?
insufferable.
Will Ferrell as the producer.
He's still you love Will Ferrell.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Zach
he can be a
Braff
I
dick,
will
didn't
though.
really
this
hate
guy.
the producer in this.
I don't really hate the producer anyway. Yeah.
But he's supposed to be like an insufferable prick. Like you're not supposed to like him.
I didn't get that.
I don't know. I disliked his little assistant or whatever, the narc
Yeah,
more.
but
Yeah.
he treats people like dirt and like I don't know. You're not supposed to like the guy. So I picked Zach Braff because I just don't like the guy.
You don't like Zach Braff? What the fuck, man? What did he do to you?
He's a dick.
He's always played a likable character.
Yeah, he's always played
Where
likable
on the
characters in real
doll
life.
did
He's a
Zach
dick.
Braff hurt you?
Huh?
So where on this
Yeah,
doll did Zach Braff
show us on the doll where
You can't
Zach
use
Braff
my
hurt
own.
you.
You can't use my own.
It's
thing.
already too late. Already doesn't use it.
Yeah, he
You
used it,
can't-
and then
you
I
can't
and then I
use it.
Backsies,
and then I
Karen.
and then I
You can't
reused
use
what
it.
he used. So
you
it's
can't use my.
it's
that's
used.
You
my-
tell me what
that's
I
used,
can and
man.
cannot use. Karen.
you want it back because it's overly used now. You both used it.
You did not name brand it.
It has our juices on it.
It was
now.
already patented though. So
Yeah,
I
but
can
it's
sue
got
you
our
both.
it's got our juices
I'm
on
suing
it
you
now.
both.
No.
Sue us. But if you want it back, you're getting it with juices.
I'm taking it back.
You can't take back something that's not yours.
No take backsies.
Take backsies.
No take backsies.
Dick Ritchie. So Clarence's friend, Justin Long.
Justin Long has played some unlikable fucking people.
But
Yeah.
he's not unlikable though. Like he can play unlikable, but he can also play really.
Why can't he be
like-
the fucking
Because he's
the
trying to
narc?
be an
narc.
actor.
Why can't he be the
I had
narc?
him down originally, but I was like, no. I think Christopher Mintz. He's.
I guess, but I think that Justin Long fits better.
I also had him down as the producer too, and I was like,
Justin Long, I could see him as a producer too.
yeah, but I think he's better as the friend because he's also like played some really likable
That's true.
people. And
he
think,
does too,
and he comes off as that, like, he would be better as the friend because he's trying to be an actor, and he's like, you know, I don't know, energetic and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I can see him darting out of that room, like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I saw him more. I saw him being better utilized as the friend rather than the insufferable guy. He can do insufferable.
Yeah,
but I saw his talents,
in Barbarian.
Yeah, I saw his talents better utilized as the friend because he has that energy that he can bring to that character too. But that's it. That's all the people that I recast.
Okay.
She got real serious about hers. We were like, nope.
No,
Step Brothers 2, True Bromance.
I just kept it the same because I couldn't think of how I could reclassify it without ruining it.
I get it. Yeah. We totally we shit all over that. Fucking.
Well, no, I don't mean no, you guys didn't shit on it. You didn't ruin it. It's still a good movie, but like, I don't know, like how I could do it and not. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around how I could reclassify it. I guess it just didn't make sense. So I guess moving on to trivia.
Yeah.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
In a 2011 interview, Gary Oldman was asked to name his favorite role. He chose two: Lee Harvey Oswald and Drexel Spivey. Brad Pitt found.
When was that?
2011.
You telling me Bram Stoker's Dracula wasn't?
No.
Oh, really? Oh.
Brad Pitt found the hat that he's wearing in the kitchen scene, that one on the boardwalk in Venice, California. He took it, washed it, and wore it in the film the next day. He also improvised almost all of his lines for the film. And I really love the my favorite line that he has in that movie is, want to smoke a bowl? The gun click. Oh, Gary Oldman met with Tony Scott about the project and told him that he hadn't had a chance to read the script. He then asked what his part would be like. Scott told him, "You're playing a white guy who thinks he's black, and you're a killer pimp." Oldman laughed and immediately accepted the role.
It sounds like him.
Yeah, Tony Scott gave Patricia Arquette the purple Cadillac as a gift after the shooting wrapped. She was driving a Ford Futura at the time, and it kept breaking down.
This was after Dream Warriors, though, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did she not have any money after that?
Yeah,
movie,
you think she would have took the sequel money, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Although this movie is not directed by Tarantino, he considers it part of his universe. The first clue is Lee Donowitz, who is the grandson of Sergeant Donnie Donowitz from Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. This
is confirmed by Tarantino. The second is Mr. White in Reservoir Dogs mentions that he has worked with a girl named Alabama. Copies of the original script sent out to studios had the tagline, "When you're tired of relationships, try romance." The motel room fight scene between Alabama and Virgil took 5 days to film. The film began with a 50-page script by Roger Avery titled The Open Road. Avery described it as an odd couple relationship between an uptight businessman and an out-of-control hitchhiker who travel into a hellish Midwestern town together. When he had trouble finishing it, he asked his friend Quentin Tarantino to give it a shot. What he got back was
something completely fucking different.
What he got back was over 500 pages of handwritten pages of what Avery called the Bible of pop culture. Roger typed and edited it, working with Quentin on the further story ideas. The final script was a combination of this movie and Natural Born Killers. It followed Quentin's Natural Born Killers script until after the prison riots. After escaping, Mickey and Mallory, I can't read my own handwriting. Mickey and Mallory,
Scribble line.
Yeah, leave
Wing
to,
it.
Yeah, leave to find and kill the screenwriter who wrote the glitzy Hollywood movie about their exploits. The writer goes on the run. True Romance is the movie he writes while he's trying to evade the two psychotic killers. It was
Okay.
told in trademark Tarantino chapter fashion out of chronological order. When it became obvious that the mini stories length script would never sell, they split the two stories into separate movies. In both films, Tom Sizemore plays a cop. Gary Oldman has stated in several interviews that at the time he would have liked to have done a Drexel Spivey prequel spin-off film. He also had his wig maker from Dracula make the dreadlock wig for this movie. The scene where Elliot is interrogated
What
was
year did Dracula come out?
92.
Oh, it came out before this?
Yeah.
Oh. Hell, I thought it came out after this.
No, it was 92.
Yeah, that movie's older than I thought it was.
Yeah. The scene where Elliot is interrogated was not scripted. It was completely improvised by the three actors, Sean Penn, Tom Sizemore, and Bronson Pinchot.
Okay.
Drew Barrymore was the first choice to play Alabama. Man, I really fucked that up. I knew that. Anyway.
Drew Barrymore was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Called that, didn't I?
Yeah. The sunglasses.
I should just go get a job in Hollywood doing something. You know? What do you think
What do
you're
you
good?
think- what are you
What are
fucking
you
doing
good at? I
here,
don't
man?
know. Recast some people, I guess. I don't know.
Pitching ideas.
How about this? Well, you would think of this actor's playing this role. Nah, how about this person? Okay, we'll go for it.
If they do it, though, that's the problem.
Right, yeah.
You gotta get. Okay, so you could be the recaster. Who are we gonna get to convince? That's the thing. We need to convince
That's
her.
true, yeah.
The sunglasses Clarence wears throughout the movies can also be seen by Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volume 1. She takes them from Buck after she wakes up from her coma. Val Kilmer
My
originally
name's Buck, and I'm here to fuck.
Val Kilmer originally wanted to play Clarence. He spent 8 hours in makeup being transformed into Elvis Presley. The character was called the Mentor in the closing credits so as not to face any litigation from the Presley estate.
Makes sense.
Yep. Quentin Tarantino wrote the roles of Clarence in Alabama with Jesus fucking Christ. Robert,
Really?
you know,
Jesus Christ came back.
yep, just for
For
that.
this?
No, with Robert Carradine and Joan Cusack in mind. That's who he wanted to play those roles.
Really?
Yeah,
Nah.
Mom's gonna kill you.
I know. That is insane.
Joan Cusack, though?
Joan Cusack and Robert Carradine.
That's weird.
They don't even seem like in my mind. I'm seeing them together. They don't even look like a couple.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Tony Scott spent a year searching for Alabama. He considered and rejected Bridget Fonda, Diane Lane, Kyra Sedgwick, Julia Roberts, Brooke Shields, Uma Thurman.
For what role?
Alabama.
I don't like any of them ideas either.
Yeah. The scene where Virgil beats the shit out of Alabama was heavily.
I think Uma Thurman could have pulled it off.
I don't.
Lightly, not as well as Patricia Arquette
Yeah.
did, but I think Uma Thurman could have pulled it off. I think she could have done an
You
okay
think
job.
I don't think
could
she-
have done the bubbly kind of.
Yeah, I
Nah,
think she
nah,
could have. She's.
I
I could see her doing it.
I-
I could totally see her doing it.
I wouldn't be convinced by it.
You wouldn't be?
Nope.
I think I could be. Yeah.
The scene where Virgil beats the shit out of Alabama was heavily trimmed by the MPAA. Tarantino says they were not concerned with her being beaten. Can you imagine what they were concerned about? Anyone want to take a guess?
I'm thinking. Hold on. Don't tell
Rape.
me.
There was no rape in that.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I don't know.
Not with the.
They were not concerned with her being beaten.
No, I don't know then. I don't know.
They were concerned with her fighting back.
Really?
She was too animalistic. They don't like their women to, fight back.
To
apparently.
defend themselves,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Tarantino refers to the script / film as autobiographical numerous times, adding that he never had a girlfriend and was never chased by thugs looking for their stolen drugs, but it's still like watching some weird home movies of my former self. When he's Clarence.
Right.
He sees
yeah.
himself as Clarence.
He sees Elvis.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
The questions that Clarence asks Alabama in the diner are taken directly from a Playboy Centerfold questionnaire. Harvey Weinstein wanted Steve Buscemi to play Clarence because he felt that Christian Slater was too attractive to play the character. There's that. Jennifer Jason Leigh turned down the role of Alabama.
Who's that?
She played the most. You remember Dolores Claiborne? You ever seen that movie? She played her daughter. The single white female. You seen that? No.
Don't think so.
That's the only two I can really think of. I don't
The
know
name
if I.
sounds really familiar.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have. Look her up and show. He'll know if he sees her name.
I can look her
Or
up.
look it up. And,
I know how to type and shit.
although he didn't direct, Quentin Tarantino considers that this his most personal film and one of his favorites. Patricia Arquette's 4-year-old son Enzo Rossi plays Elvis in the final scene, the kid. The body count is 22, and that is counting the possibility that they killed Floyd when they went in.
Oh, yeah, she's in Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I forgot about
And
that
she
one.
was also in Breakfast Club.
Jennifer Jason Leigh?
Yeah, she was in the Breakfast Club. She was the girl, the
You're thinking of Ali Sheedy.
No, I'm pretty sure it's her, isn't it?
That is not her. You're thinking of Ali Sheedy.
You might be right. I might be. She was in Fargo. Possession. Are you sure? Hateful Eight. A lot of shit.
Go nuts, man. You ain't gonna find the Breakfast Club in there.
Well, this is all new stuff. She's been in 107 projects. Jesus. She's been acting.
Mm-hmm.
It's 95.
Everybody listening's going, it's fucking Ali Sheedy.
It's Ali Sheedy, goddammit. You talk about knowing movies.
Well, we all make mistakes, to be fair, but...
Oh, she was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, yeah.
Easy Money. And guess what? She was in The Hitcher. The original.
Still not the Breakfast Club.
1986. She's in The Men's Club.
Still not the Breakfast Club.
She was in 8th Club.
Sister. I don't know what that is. You're right. She was not in The Breakfast Club. I was wrong on that.
And the last one, originally Quentin Tarantino had both Alabama and Clarence dying in the shootout during the drug deal. When the movie was being made, he desperately wanted to change the ending to have just Clarence die. Scott disagreed and said the only way that this movie works is if they both live. Tarantino eventually agreed once he saw how the movie all played out. The Bonnie and Clyde ending I had originally definitely wasn't right, but also Clarence needed to live. The only way this story works is if Alabama and Clarence ride off to Mexico like a twisted fairy tale. And that is the end. So, next week is Eric's pick, but he's got to pick it out of the box.
Pick out of the box.
Which you guys can't even see because my fucking camera died.
Yeah.
All right, pick it, man. Let's see what we're watching next week.
I hope it's something Karen don't like.
I hope it's La La Land so we can get it the fuck out of the way.
That'd be funny if it was.
I hope it is.
Ooh,
Careful.
my mic
Careful.
just said "fuck you."
What is it? What is it? Drum roll, baby.
Joker.
Joker. All right.
I-
Joaquin
Joker.
Phoenix.
I just watched that.
Have you seen it yet, Eric?
Damn
No,
it.
I have not.
You haven't
so
seen
this
it?
will be the first time I've watched it.
This will be the
What's it on?
second time.
Now I'm looking.
Second time.
Why are you
I've
handing
watched
it to me? I don't want
Eat
the
it.
fucking paper. Eat it.
Eat the paper.
I'll put it in my mouth,
Looks like it's on
spit it at you.
HBO Max, which you've had great.
Oh, it is on HBO
I've
Max.
got
yes.
HBO
Yeah.
Max, so
Yeah, but you've had great, track record with the movie actually being on
yeah.
there.
So I'm gonna probably have to watch it. Like,
This is on there
soon.
because it's owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but so is Mad Max. Like, I watched Mad Max on HBO Max, and then when Eric went to watch it, it wasn't anymore.
Oh,
yeah,
my
it wasn't
God.
on HBO Max anymore. I had to rent it.
That sucks.
So do I need to read a synopsis?
Yeah, go for it.
So, all right. The Joker came out in 2019. During the 1980s, a failed stand-up comedian is driven insane and turns to a life of crime and chaos in Gotham City while becoming an infamous psychopathic crime figure. So, stay tuned. We'll see you next week to do the Joker.
Yep, come see the Joker, man. We're going to do Joker. 2 hours, 2 minutes, rated R. Drama, crime, mystery, and thriller. Stars Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De
Figured we'd go through all
Niro,
that next week.
Zazie Beetz, I'm just throwing some shit in there, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert De Niro is barely in the movie though. He's only in it for like a little bit. Directed by Todd Phillips. So yeah, next week, peeps.
Next week.
And so if any of you want to watch it, it's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever going to leave HBO Max because, like I said, it's a Warner Brothers property.
Hopefully not.
So, and Warner Brothers owns.
Until Eric goes to watch it.
it. It's like, oh, no.
I don't own the movie either, so I'm going to be watching it on HBO Max also.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right. So.
So that's it.
Sign us out, Karen.
Okay, bye.
Oh, okay. Bye.
That's what I do. That's my sign out every week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.